All right, so I did something weird the other day.
Can I take a quick guess?
Okay, yeah. You're never going to get it.
Okay.
Go.
Okay. Does it have something to do with a giraffe?
No, it doesn't.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so you know how there's like a natural order of things? Like phone numbers are da-da-da, right? And okay, so here I'm just gonna rip the Band-Aid off.
Okay, rip it off.
I got out of the shower the other day, and I put my shirt on before my underwear.
Yeah, that's wrong.
It was the most unnatural thing. I did it backwards.
Yeah,
like
wrong.
I dressed backwards.
What you did was wrong.
Yeah, and I had a moment where I kind of stood there and I'm like, this is wrong. This is weird.
Did you look at yourself in the mirror?
Yeah.
Were you going full Winnie the Pooh?
No, I went. I looked at myself in the mirror.
Do you notice that when you're wearing a shirt and nothing else, you somehow seem more naked than if you were just standing naked?
Yes, that's
right?
exactly what I was going to describe. So you've done this before?
Oh, yeah.
I've never done this before.
I'll sometimes surprise my wife, and I'll just run out into the living room going full Winnie the Pooh and go, oh, bother.
Tanner, would you rather dress backwards or watch an episode of The Big Bang Theory?
Yeah, man. I'm going Donald Duck every day.
Welcome to Radical Apathy, the podcast where two half-wits set out to solve all the world's problems with pop culture references and a lackadaisical attitude. Why not? It's worked so far.
Welcome to the Radical Apathy Podcast.
Radical Apathy
Episode 42.
27.
27.
27.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
We've done this 27 times.
I take notes.
And we're recording one. People don't know this, but we're recording one tomorrow night.
We're doing the back-to-back.
Someone texted me and they're like, "Why is your podcast out? It's Monday." And I'm like, hey, suck it.
Do you know what I like, though? I like that the audience has become so accustomed to our fortnightly podcast, which, by the way, this is.
Listen, it's the holidays. Things get a little upset around the holidays.
Yeah, you're going to get your 2 for December, so put on your socks and just wait in your socks.
I'm just going to, because she's going to laugh and she wants to be part of the podcast. I'm just going to say we have a guest.
We have a guest today.
Okay. And I have a question for her. Have you ever put your shirt on before your underwear?
Yes.
Oh, was it weird?
No.
Oh.
Because our shirts don't stop at our belly button, so it's not weird.
Oh, okay.
Straight.
Okay.
Oh.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, it's weird.
Yeah, you just get a little bit of your belly sticking down, and then your sticks and downs. It's not good.
No. I'm telling you, it was the weird. I fully stopped and I looked in the mirror. I'm like, this is weird.
Yeah.
I got to tell Tanner about this.
I appreciate you
I think
thinking
that was your first thought.
Yeah.
That's the first thought I had.
Tanner
I got to
must
tell
see
Tanner
this.
about
You
this.
must know.
We are a fortnightly comedy conversational podcast. Our guest today.
Yeah.
Hi, we have KayLee Sweeney here with us today.
Oh,
Hello.
first and last name.
Yes.
We don't
Yeah,
usually do
big
that.
deal.
No, because she's an actual professional human being whom we don't have to pretend we don't know.
Oh, that's awesome.
KayLee, thanks for joining us.
Yay!
Yeah, big time fan, long time listener.
And we have you to thank for these shirts that
Yes,
we're wearing.
we're both wearing our.
Radical Apathy.
Some of
Yeah.
you may have heard KayLee. We've talked about KayLee before.
He told me today, he texted me, he's like, hey, you got to wear your shirt. And I'm like, it's in the laundry. And it's like, I'm like wrinkled and shit.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, do it. And I'm like, well, I'm on set for until 7 p.m. You're showing up at 7:30. I made it work though.
Yeah. See, but you know what?
you guys are wearing
overcame-
dirty shirts. is
No,
what you're
I'm wearing
telling
dirty
me.
shirts.
That's-
You adapted.
You really stepped it up for me.
Actually, this is the shirt I put on.
For
This
for
is
the Winnie
shirt.
the Pooh?
Yeah, this
no,
is the shirt.
you radical apt your Winnie the Pooh.
I totally
dangles?
did. This is the shirt.
I don't know if I should be honored or upset.
Okay, now just you can't see below his waist right now, so this was it.
This is it.
This
Is it.
I got a full visual.
Yeah.
That's a lot
of just
to begin.
just standing there.
I didn't tell my wife this story.
Well, she's
So
gonna hear
she's
it
going to
now.
hear it, and she's going to be like, what is going
So
on
proud.
with that guy?
Yeah.
My wife, I don't know if she genuinely likes seeing me naked anyway. Like, I don't know if women like seeing men naked,
I don't
period.
think so.
But I don't think she was a fan of the Winnie the Pooh.
No?
No.
You should try it again.
Oh.
Report back to us.
Okay, I'll do it tonight. See what happens.
I doubt it's on the list of hopes and dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't in the vows.
No,
for
definitely
sure.
not in the vows.
We didn't cover it. KayLee, we ask.
That's probably the worst. So like better
That's
and
pretty
worse.
bad. Yeah.
That's the worst.
Yeah, and everything is uphill from here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should I manscape prior? No, we'll get to
No,
it.
definitely not.
KayLee, every time we have a guest on the show,
yes.
we ask them a question right out of the bebeginning,
Right off the bat.
right into the hip of the hop.
I'm ready.
Okay.
What is
Hip
your
and
favorite
hoppin'.
movie?
A League of Their Own.
Whoa.
She was ready.
Oh.
I'm not. I meant it when I said I'm a longtime listener.
Yeah, you're ready.
I'm not messing around.
know that baseball gets me in the feels too.
Right in the Winnie Poohs.
Oh, that is awesome. What do you like about that movie?
Yeah, several things. One, I think that not only is the acting phenomenal, but the story itself is incredible. It takes you on a journey from start to finish. You're not at any point in time wondering, when is this going to end? It is just, the story itself is beautiful.
Have you ever yelled at anyone that there's no crying in blank?
Multiple times.
Yeah.
I am a hardcore ball player myself. I've played my whole life.
Oh,
I have a
what?
real
Okay, wait,
passion.
time out. What the?
Correct me if I'm
never mind.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But when I was googling before you came here, you recently won the national softball championships. Is that true?
Yeah, there's some things around that. Yeah, I have been a part of the team that won the Canadian National Championships
you won.
for women in terms of softball, but I also went to university for ball. So I have a huge passion for it.
I'm loving it.
Yeah, I'm on a mission to see every stadium. I got 16 so far.
I got 5.
Yeah, step it up.
I've been to Toronto. I've been to Colorado,
Oh, nice.
Anaheim, San Diego, San Francisco, Seattle.
There you go.
That's it.
Okay, well, I got those 6. Yeah, those are great.
You got the same 6?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Which one was your favorite out of those ones?
San Francisco.
I thought so too.
Yeah, the stadium's
it's-
gorgeous.
it's- the
Until
best.
I went to San Diego's ballpark.
Also love San
I love
Diego.
because you walk off you're just walking on the street and it looks like there's just buildings there.
Mm-hmm.
And you walk in the gate and then the whole ballpark's like sunk in and the buildings are just a facade on the outside of the stadium. And it's like the coolest ballpark. I
Yeah.
loved it.
Yeah. I think the city of San Diego is better than San Francisco, like in terms of the city.
Oh, yeah. San Francisco's disgusting.
And I think it's pronounced San Diego.
San Diego.
I don't think that checks
Diego?
out.
Yeah.
San Diego.
San Diego.
San Diego.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, we're very
League of Their Own,
excited.
number 1.
League of Their Own. I love
To answer
that.
the first question.
It is.
Yeah.
That's probably my top 5 baseball
Are you
movies.
just making that? Oh. Okay, listen. Top 5 baseball movies. I'll give them to you. I'll give you. I'm not disrespecting League of Their Own.
Okay.
Bull Durham,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's up there.
League of Their Own, and it kind of ends there for me.
Oh, for love of the game.
Moneyball.
For Love of Game's all right, but there's a bunch of other ones.
Field of Dreams,
but they're
Angels
not,
in the Outfield.
No. I'm not saying that they're just. Those are like it's like they're like above.
Oh, they're of an echelon that other movies shall not touch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I tell you what my second favorite movie was? Because I also thought about this in preparing and wanted to ask you what you think.
Yeah.
Second favorite movie of all time, True Lies.
Oh, I haven't seen it in so long too.
What kind of a sick bitch takes the ice cube trays out of the freezer?
Yeah,
I
classic.
love that pick. I gotta watch that.
We talked about
I
it.
can't watch that with my son.
talked about it last
The dance.
episode.
Did we really?
No.
Yeah, you said you asked me what was my original crush.
Oh, Jamie
My-
Lee Curtis. That's
yeah.
right. When she was dancing.
True Lies.
How could you not though?
Right?
Yeah,
See, we
that
cover you guys, we cover so much wonderful stuff on the show.
And he remembers all of it.
All of it.
All of it.
Because I have to re-listen every time.
I remember 0 things.
Corbin, what do we have on the
We're
docket
talking
for
baseball.
we're moving past
Stopping.
baseball.
No,
We have so much baseball
because
questions.
something happened before I got on the air,
Uh-oh.
and I'm angry about it.
Okay.
Okay, so you know I'm a Blue Jays fan.
Oh,
They
here we
just-
go. I know what's happening.
We got like 3 hitters on the team that can hit a ball. Everyone else is like incompetent.
Yeah.
And they traded one of them away for another guy who can't hit the baseball.
It's not about hitting and this is the same issue with Toto or whoever they just gave $1 billion to.
Juan Soto.
Thank
Juan
you.
Soto.
It's not about hitting the ball. It's about getting on base, which is different.
I understand that.
Okay.
This guy doesn't do it. The other guy did.
What's the new guy's name? The guy they picked up?
Andre Jimenez. He's a 3-time All-Star. It's not a big deal. Like I'm
be all right.
I'm half happy, but I'm still kind of mad about it.
I
'cause-
did hear that Toronto had tried to buy Toto.
Yeah, we
when he
tried to
came
buy
up.
Juan Soto, but it
How
didn't
much
work
did they
out.
offer?
Not enough.
I heard it was like $600 million.
Also, not nearly enough.
No, not nearly enough. They
Okay.
weren't even close. And which is weird because the owners of the Toronto Blue Jays are the second richest owners in baseball.
They're also the bad guys in Moneyball.
And if they would go to Twitter and go, "Hey guys, we need you to switch to Rogers so we can get Soto," I'd be like, "Yeah, I'll do it. I'll switch my
You'll
entire
sacrifice.
cell phone program to Rogers just to get that guy."
Yeah.
They never asked me though.
They didn't step it up. They didn't think outside that box.
No, they never asked.
Outside that field. What do we got on the docket today, Corbin?
Listen, we got the same thing that we do every time. We do it every time. We got general gripes. What you playing? What you watching? We got a new Apathy Appendix.
Apathy Appendix.
These next 2 episodes I'm really excited about because we're doing a bottom 5, but all 3 of us are participating.
Correct.
And so, because it's the last 2 episodes of the year, today is the bottom 5 movies of the last half decade, the 2020s.
Did that make sense, KayLee?
No, the way you're asking the last half of the decade that we're in, like you could just say the last 4 years.
Okay, how about
Well, that's 5
I
years.
wrote the top 5 worst movies of the decade so far.
Of the decade so far.
Yeah.
But do you mean the
worst
last
movies
decade?
of the 5 worst movies of the 2020s?
Of the current decade.
that
that?
makes sense.
2020s.
Him
Okay.
saying of the decade we're in, I mean, you mean 2014?
The bottom 5
till now?
It's a
movies
decade of which we live in.
of
Okay.
the 2020s. We're all going to reveal one at a time.
Yes,
and
our
count
worst.
down to our worst.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if the world aligns,
Wow.
we're gonna have some of the same movies.
I bet they're so close, you guys.
I don't know.
Some of them.
I don't
were
know if there is. I got
just
some weird ones.
awful.
I got some weird ones.
And then we're going to obviously get into some questions with our
Oh,
guest
I'm so excited.
for KayLee. And
Sweeney, do you like that last name?
I'm getting used to it.
I like it. How long have you had it for?
2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still getting
Maybe-
used to it.
Okay. I dig it.
Sweeney.
Yeah.
You know what? It allows me the opportunity to have a nickname. And as a sports person, you
Sween?
will appreciate this. Yeah, because they call my husband like Sweeney, Sween Dogs. What's up, Sween? But my original last name and my entire life playing sports never had a nickname.
And what is it
Never.
now?
Now they say Mrs. Sweeney.
Can I? I will.
So not a nickname at all.
No.
Just a professional
I
name.
will say
Correct.
the people who call anyone Sween Dog need to be like water thrown.
These
at
are
them.
adults.
Yeah.
You didn't
Grown
like
adults.
you didn't like Core Dog when I called you that.
No, I didn't like that at all. I don't like anything.
You don't like
dog.
Corbs either?
No, not really.
I like Corbs. I like Corbs is good.
C-dubs is my nickname. Or Bonzi.
Bonzi. I'll give you.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I've
Or
earned.
Bonzo.
I don't think I've earned the relationship status with you yet. I'm still in silver tier.
What's your nickname?
I never had one.
You've never had one?
No. I may sometimes get like a tansy, or
That's awful.
yeah, like I've never.
It really-
But my name doesn't relate to nicknames.
We'll figure something out.
Let's dive in here, everybody.
dive in.
Let's dive in with a little bit of what we call. What are we playing?
What you watching? What you playing?
Oh.
Okay, let's start with me. I'm currently playing
What are you playing right now?
what just came out, a new game called Delta Force.
Did you quit Dragon Quest?
Yes, I moved on already.
Did you finish it?
No.
Oh wow. Okay.
I'll come back.
Okay.
It's just
Okay.
new
What's
things
it called?
came out.
Delta?
Delta Force.
Delta Force.
Delta Force. We're men and women who force deltas. So, it is like a Battlefield like game.
Yeah.
Okay.
What does that mean?
Warfare. You play a war person, and you can jump in a tank or a helicopter or a vehicle, and you drive around, you shoot people, and you take control of points, and it's a multiplayer.
Is this like Risk?
No, it's first person shooter.
Oh.
But it's a
I don't like that.
online big open battles arena kind of thing.
Okay.
So because Battlefield 2042 when it came out a couple years ago is still hot garbage of a game. So Delta Force came out. So it is it's okay. It's a free to play game, which means there's going to be a fuck ton of subscription-y pay to get this, buy this skin.
I don't like that,
because
yeah.
it's free to just start playing it.
Yeah.
So they monetize a lot of stuff with it.
Yeah. How do you feel about that?
I really don't like it, and we don't have the time and platform to really get into the monetization of video games because I need to write out my thoughts because it's really terrible. However, the nice thing is you can avoid it all and just play this game because none of it is. You can't I'm going to buy the super bazooka. It's nothing that can affect the gameplay. It's just my character is going to have a twizzly dizzly hat.
Let me ask you this: have you ever spent a cent on a skin of any kind?
Oh, for sure I have.
Okay. To what end? Like, why?
Just because I want to look cool and people can look at me and be like, hey, look how fucking cool that guy looks.
Thank you.
It's fucking sweet.
I will never spend a dime
No,
on
and
a
you
skin
are.
ever.
You know what? I will do it. I will do it. So I bought one recently on Call of Duty, and here's why. Call of Duty is now free.
Isn't that a first-person shoot? You can't even see yourself.
Correct.
Okay, I don't
Correct.
understand.
So they're like these companies are very good at this shit. So firstly, Call of Duty is free on Game Pass for Xbox. Okay, free in quotes. So you just get it if you have the Game Pass system. And it's a very good version of Call of Duty. There hasn't been a good Call of Duty in a few years.
Okay.
So I am okay supporting the company with some extra cash if I'm like hour 60 in and I'm still enjoying it and I want to get some. I'll buy a skin to give them money because
Can there be anything else to buy though other than a skin?
no, because this is the dark ages of Battlefield 2. Is that or Battlefront 2? Sorry, is that they tried this when they first kind of brought in this? Oh, you can So when they brought out Battlefront 2, which is a Star Wars battlefield game,
Yeah.
they basically said you can buy lotto boxes, and some of the lotto boxes will let you play as Darth Vader or unlock this, like characters that you should be allowed to play as anyway. But they said, no, you got to pay extra to get it. And the fucking internet lost their goddamn minds.
As one does.
So that was a big push in the industry to get away from monetization. So now most games, if they're worth anything, simply monetize shit that doesn't affect gameplay. So like, my character looks like a clown, or mine is Godzilla now, or stuff like that is how they get their money. And they make like Fortnite. That's how Fortnite makes billions and billions of dollars, is they just make people look like Johnny Cash fighting Godzilla, and people love it.
Yeah.
And you gave them money to do that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because if it's not Fortnite itself, but if I've put a lot of hours into the game, which I didn't pay for, and I'm getting good value out of it, I'm okay paying extra to support that company because I feel like I'm getting a good product. So I'm okay paying extra at that point. But we got to get there. Like, it's never anything under 10 hours ever. No.
Okay.
You got to earn that pay.
Earn that.
The nice
But
thing
you're
is,
not doing it to support the company. You're doing it to look like Darth Vader.
oh no,
busted.
That is the one I bought in Call of Duty is this really cool, like steampunky guy. He had like a leather thing with a hand mask on it. They're fucking sweet. But the game is fun. This game originally came back in 1998, like the original Delta Force, where it was much more like a Rainbow Six
Delta
shooter.
Force.
Delta Force. And they released like a 2003 Delta Force Black Hawk Down single game, which is based off the movie Black Hawk Down.
Yeah.
Where you're in Mogadishu and
Sure.
It's a fun word
shooting
to say.
people. Mogadishu. But yeah, they redid that. It looks really good. It plays well. The guns are pretty even across the board. It's for a free to play game, so it's been nice. It's been fun. It's been nice. Corbin, go.
No, we're going to our guest next.
Guest.
Yeah.
KayLee.
KayLee. Is that with a K?
Close enough. And
How do you spell
capital
that? How do you
L.
spell that?
It's KAY and then a capital L.
Capital L?
EE, but all together.
No spaces.
Yeah, didn't find out till I was 14, side note.
Is that because
Yeah.
your parents are illiterate?
Probably a part of it.
Okay, fair
Yeah,
enough.
would agree.
Fair enough.
Here's what I'm playing.
What are you playing?
How about this little thing I like to call realtor.ca, like an adult, as one would, trying to purchase said house. So my additional time outside of work is spent
Looking for a house.
correct.
Do you have to pay extra for like a certain colored piece of furniture?
I also look like Darth Vader while searching
Yeah.
for the houses. It was an additional cost, but worth it. Worth it.
Now, let me ask you this. So you're how recently are you married again?
2 years.
Okay, so 2 years in, give me a percentage. How much percentage of say do you have on the house that you get, and how much percent does he have the say of what house you get?
That's a really good question.
I want to know what the split is, because if I was doing it right now, it'd be like 90-10 in her favor.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, I would just give in.
Ours is not that extreme. I would say it's 60-40.
Okay, the longer
Me.
you go, I think it goes the other way.
yeah.
It's like here, just buy what you want.
Just figure it out.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
I'm out.
At this
60-40.
point,
Good for
yeah,
you.
at this point in time, I'm like, if it has a walk-in closet, I'm in. That's
Yeah.
how over it I am with the game realtor.ca, which does need an upgrade if I could give some feedback to those individuals. The gameplay is slow. It
Yeah.
takes forever to reload. You have 0 characters to choose from. The ability to critique and give feedback is not even an option. You either heart it or you don't heart it. These are the options.
Did you hire a realtor as a buying agent?
Both. I have realtors in multiple cities, Corbin, and I have one also trying to sell my own house in a different city.
That's a lot of realtors.
I'm not fucking around with this house situation. So
Shouldn't they be the ones going on realtor.ca?
Yeah, that seems like a realtor job
Right?
to go
I agree.
on a website with their.
I
name
know
in
a
it.
realtor, and it just became a realtor recently, and like it's like a half-time job.
I have a really good friend who recently became a realtor in a town close to here, and he put his face on a billboard,
as one does.
as one does as a realtor.
Yeah,
And I mean, I really like this guy.
yeah.
A face for a billboard he doth not have.
I'm thrilled to hear that.
I don't. I said to him, that's like, hey, come and see my bridge. But then you put a picture of the troll on the cartoon for it, and say, here's the bridge, and then just look how great this troll's going to be when you get there.
For me, it's more about the poses. What's with the like arms crossed,
They're-
shoulders
yeah, they're
back?
Yeah.
Like, look at me being serious enough to sell your house, but also just want your $20,000 for 15 minutes.
What's
of
the
work.
most professional pose you could be photographed in? Because do you have a website that I could pull up some poses of pictures of you? Is that a thing?
No, we shut down the website pretty quickly. I'm 100% referral. I don't need the website.
Yeah, no website.
No website. So what's a good professional pose?
I would say anything that is not closed body language. So meaning nothing with your arms in front of you, in my opinion.
I'm never hiring a realtor that has a realtor partner and they're back to back doing that.
Oh, yeah, the buddy comedy. Yeah,
Together.
We're
together.
We agree.
Yeah.
I feel like that was the picture you guys took last week for your YouTube channel.
Did we?
The two of you.
Well, yeah, but we're middle-aged white dudes on a YouTube channel, so it's,
Yeah.
it doesn't, we're not realtors.
Realtor.
Should we be realtors?
Should the video
You
game.
could do it as a side
Radical
gig.
Apathy Realty. Rawr. What are you watching?
What are you
What are you playing?
What am I playing?
You're still
Yeah.
Corbin's still to go.
I'm gonna make it short. I playing Dragon Quest 3.
Yes.
I took a week and a half break.
Yeah.
I
understand why.
I just haven't picked it back up again.
Okay.
I know I want to finish it, and that's
Yes.
I'm going to finish it.
Yeah.
I just haven't done it.
Next episode, I'm going to throw a wrench in that for you.
Well, you're gonna wrench me?
I'm going to wrench you.
I don't want you to wrench me.
Well, most people don't.
I don't want to be a pirate.
Can I ask you a question about your
Please.
Switch? Is it your Switch? Because you always say that you're playing the Switch.
Yeah.
What location are you in when you're playing this machine?
On set a lot.
Okay.
And on my couch, in my bed
a
sometimes.
lot of downtime on set.
Yeah, a lot of downtime.
I just wonder, these are a lot of hours you both are committing to this particular hobby. And so
Yeah.
I'm just trying to visualize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say probably mostly bed and on set.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if any artistic guests out there want to draw Corbin Winnie the Poohing in his bed playing the Switch,
Yeah, please don't do that.
I recently watched the Jason Bourne movies.
All four of them?
All four of
Do
them.
you know, you should have told me you're doing this
Oh,
before
sorry.
you did it.
Yeah.
Because part 3,
Yes.
I think it's part 3, there's no cut longer than 3 seconds in that movie.
In the Ultimatum?
In the Ultimatum.
I believe it.
And it just
Wow.
goes, and it's like, once you know it's there, it's unwatchable.
It is hard to watch.
It just cuts. Oh, I wish I could show you. I could show you.
Because
I'm
the
gonna show you.
fight scenes, it's just, I don't think there's one scene in which a full punch lands without a cut breaking it up into a different angle.
Yeah, it's just, it doesn't.
But I do really like the solo spy movie. Okay?
What about it?
It's not, James Bond is its own thing, right, for that. But I liked the gritty. I liked they tried it. And the one thing I really noticed this time, because I had the plops, so I wasn't on set. And so I banged out all 4 in 2 days. And the one thing I noticed that now kind of going back to them, they really were really filmed in such a way that they tie together very, very nicely.
All four together.
Check out how quickly it cuts. Just
Cut.
like nothing's more than like 3 seconds. And it's just cut.
It's to give the idea of adrenaline pumping.
Yeah.
I
things
think so.
changing.
Flashing. But
But
it's
And
once
you like that or don't
no,
like it?
once you know it's there, it's unwatchable.
disorientating.
it's
I noticed
unwatchable.
that in Ultimatum as well. It's just there's so much. You're just like,
It's almost like every blink.
Is that
Yeah.
insane?
Yeah.
That's insanity.
That's
to
a
me.
lot.
But they tie it together very well. Like Supremacy ends, Ultimatum takes up again as he's running away. The same thing when Legacy kicks off after what would have been Supremacy or after Ultimatum.
Yeah.
They tie it in. So the first 10 minutes of Ultimatum is the last 10 minutes of Supremacy.
I like that.
And you don't. I forgot it going to the movie theaters because there's years in between the shows. But you can sit and you can watch all 4 bang out, and they're tying perfectly, like as if they're just happening, because everything happens within like 3 months. All 4 movies happen within 3 months of each other. So it was done very well. Going back on it, how they edited that and did that director style, I thought it was really, really well. So if you get the chance, you got a bunch of time on your hands over a couple of days, bang out all 4. It was good. I watched Jason Bourne as well, like the movie Jason Bourne, the one he did.
That's the 5th one?
Yeah, which would have been the 5th one.
And isn't Legacy with Jeremy Renner?
And Bourne Legacy is just Jeremy Renner running around. Yeah.
Okay.
Pre-fake titanium
and that
legs.
fits in to the story?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I own them. I don't remember.
It's not as strong a story, but it
Yeah.
definitely leads into every second news media out has that picture of Matt Damon on the thing. He's like, oh, look at that guy. That's Matt Damon. And he's like, but I'm Jeremy Renner, and I'm going to go do Jeremy Renner things. That's about the end. Bourne Supremacy #2 has the best car chase scene of all of them. Confirmed.
You know I love car chase scenes.
It's a good one. It's a good and a long one, and it's tasty. It's juicy. The next Bourne movie is called The Bourne Dilemma. And
It's coming out?
It comes out the end of 2025. It's coming
Is he in it again?
He is in it, but there hasn't been a comment on whether he will be the primary. Here's the problem with what Hollywood's going to do. Here's the problem with what Hollywood's going to do, you guys. Now, KayLee, I would be interested into your thoughts on this. So please chime in. Is the Hollywoodification of the destruction of the male psyche in any type of action movie where the female needs to step up now to become the man, and the only way that she can be a man in Hollywood is to be a physical fighter or to be a physical person and beat everybody up and take them. That's the only way that a female can be a man nowadays. So when they talked about, like with the Blade they just canceled, the new Blade movie, he was going to be fourth billed in a movie titled in his name, and the top three characters would be three women who become like a trifecta assassin team who he teaches. And he used to be fourth billed in a titled movie of his own. What was that scary movie that just came out with
Scary movies.
The couple that goes to Italy, meets the other couple, and then they go on vacation in their house?
Yes, See No Evil.
Right.
Yeah.
So that is based off a Danish movie that came out 2 years before. Have you seen the Danish movie?
No, not yet, but apparently it's way better than the other one.
It is fucking legit movie. So we'll spoilers really quickly for this, for just a great example. So for the Danish movie, same thing for the 90% of the show. This couple who's not great. She cheated on him. He's kind of a pansy. They got an annoying kid who's lashed onto the stupid stuffed animal, and they're going on this vacation. They meet this other couple who's like outgoing and sexy and free, and they also have a kid. And there's a little bit of awkwardness, but they all kind of seem to like each other. They get invited to go to the awkward family's farm to go have a vacation. They go there, blah, blah, blah. This family, basically, they just a constant overpowering. So the male of the bad guy family will just constantly overpower this other male. But and it starts out like, hey, can I have that chair that he was saving for his daughter at a restaurant or something? And the guy's like, yeah, sure. And he says, okay, great. He takes it. And then it's like, hey, I'm going to take your kid for a ride on my bicycle. And then he just waits, and the guy says,
"Sees how far he can push it."
And then and then Danish movie, it just goes, and it gets worse and scarier and scarier and crazier. And at the very end, the main should I spoiler it?
I don't want you to, but okay.
Yeah, I won't spoil it.
Just do it. Just good. Just tell me.
So are you sure?
Yeah, go ahead.
So
it's supposed to be a good twist at the end.
It is. It is. Well, it's not. Well. So at the end of this movie, the protagonists, the female-male couple, are in a ditch outside the house, and Buddy's about to put bullets in their head, and the guy is just destroyed, and he's just like, why are you doing this? And the guy looks at him and says, because you let me. And then they blow him away, and that's the end of the movie.
Oh, they stole that from The Strangers.
And well, yeah, probably.
They did.
Basically, yeah, I know. We talked about The Strangers once. But it's a very good character-driven drama. Hollywood's version of this movie, who James McAvoy still plays a great villain.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, he's a great actor.
Awesome villain.
Yeah.
But they lead up to the whole point. The whole thing's the exact same. And when they get to the point of probably when the bad guys are going to start taking over, no, husband goes and cries in the closet with his daughter, and now wife, who has no character development up to this point, fights both of them off and saves them. And that's the end. It's
just too much.
It's bullshit, right? And there's just no writing to it. There's no character development to it. She wasn't a fighter. She just is the exact same story. It just that happens at the end.
Okay.
So that is what I'm worried about for the Born Dilemma, because they're kind of going back and forth about him being, if he's going to be the star or not.
Okay.
That's what I'm watching.
KayLee, what are you watching?
Okay, I just finished Lioness. Have you seen
okay,
this?
I've heard about this show.
With Gamora?
Zoe Saldana?
Yeah.
We were both right.
And Nicole Kidman.
Give me a synopsis of this show. Like, what's
TV show or movie?
It's a Taylor Sheridan
okay, I like Taylor Sheridan.
Yeah, he's amazing.
I just watched Wind River the other day.
But it kind of builds on what you're saying, where we're worried like it's gone too far in some ways, where like all these female characters are this way. But the way that they've done it in this show is incredible. And it's basically like the Black Ops team of the CIA. They're a kill team.
Yeah.
And they're led by Zoe's character. I
love her.
Yeah, she's such a badass. But she's not some hardcore fighter person, anything. She's just incredibly smart. She's like incredibly strategic.
How long has it been on for?
It's just in its second season. The second season just got released.
I'm going to consult my Chinese friends after this, and I'm going to get it.
See what they say.
Yeah.
See what they say.
It's in Apple.
Tell me more about it.
It is incredible. Here's one of my favorite lines of it. And Nicole Kidman is her boss in the movie.
Do they say eat shit and live?
No.
No. Okay.
No. they're driving into this secret base. Okay, so you get the guys out front, and so you got Nicole Kidman's in the driver's seat, and then Zoe's character, who she's not supposed to, like, no one's supposed to know her. She's Black Ops site, so we just don't have any knowledge of her whatsoever. And they're driving up to the security gate, and the military guy comes out and he goes, "I need to see your IDs." And so Nicole Kidman hands her ID, and he goes, "And I need to see yours too." And he points to the other person, and Nicole Kidman looks at him and goes, "No, you don't. You just need to read mine again."
I love it.
And I was like, this shit is nonstop, and I love it. It's like nonstop.
I'm watching it tonight.
It is badass. You got like, and one of the SEAL ladies, she's this like incredible like lesbian lady, and then the one like mafia guy that's trying to get to him, he goes, "Oh, here we go, another woman." Like he says this to her while she's keeping guard of him, and she goes, "I know, I can't fucking get rid of them. They're such a pain in the ass." And it was just like, it's so well written. I was just obsessed.
Taylor Sheridan wrote it.
Yes.
I love that guy.
Wow.
It's incredibly directed, and I just kept thinking, I mean, I don't know anything, obviously, or maybe I do about that part of it. But I just keep thinking, I bet that's so what it's like in real life. Like even just a snapshot, you know what I mean? Like it feels realistic in that way.
Writing makes all the difference.
You got to watch it.
Makes all the
You gotta
difference in
check
the
it
world.
out.
So Taylor Sheridan, I watched Wind River the other day.
Written
Wind River?
Wind River. Yeah.
Have you ever seen Wind River?
No.
Okay, so drop your shit
Okay, I'm ready.
and watch
Dropped.
Wind River. It's Jeremy Renner and Elizabeth Olsen on, and they live in Wyoming on an Indian reserve. Native reserve? What do I say now? They said Indian reserve
They
in the
said
movie.
it's Indian.
I'm
reserve.
quoting.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
On an Indian reserve. And there's a body that's found, and it's like he's a tracker and she's an FBI agent who's not getting any help, and they join forces and they figure out what's going on, and it's really good.
Okay, I'm in.
It's 1,000 times better
Watch
than
it.
Dark Country, True Detective.
Yeah, 1,000 times
1,000 times better.
Okay,
like
then
a
I'm
billion
definitely
times
in.
better.
Okay. That was a disappointment.
Like let's go over the Taylor Sheridan roster really quickly of stuff I like. I love Wind River. I love Sicario.
Great show.
I think that's in. I think it ends there.
Didn't
You didn't like any of Yellowstone at all?
I don't watch Yellowstone. I don't like Cowboys.
Taylor Sheridan
Fair.
also do?
I just don't like 'em. I'm not interested in
You know what
Cowboys.
she's in?
What's that?
Yeah.
I don't respect cowboy boots.
What about
I
the
don't
boot don't
respect
you
you.
respect?
I don't
Boots?
respect the people who decides to wear them. I think they're dumb.
What if they're wearing them for very efficient and effective purposes, like specifically for riding to fit into the stirrup, and that's why they need the heel?
Well, here's the deal with that. I'm never near them when they're doing that. it's everywhere else they're wearing.
Yeah,
them.
it's Walmart.
Yeah, like don't wear that. You're at the restaurant, get your cowboy boots off. You look ridiculous.
Yeah, you don't like. Is that the only footwear that you don't like?
You know what? Here's the true story. I only recently, I think it was last summer, got my first pair of flip-flops ever.
With the thong flip flops?
Yeah, I've never shown my feet in public before. I just don't. They've just always been
Because-
covered. I just always wear socks and shoes.
Oh, okay. Not like there's anything wrong with your feet.
No, my feet are fantastic.
Oh.
I got fantastic feet.
Well, that's good to know.
And I just don't. I've just never really worn flip flops, and I wear them on my feet. It's kind of like the shirt with no underwear.
yeah,
but for my feet.
But for your feet,
Yeah.
same idea.
Yeah.
You're just expanding all your horizons here now.
I don't like cowboy boots.
Whole
though,
parts of your
at
body
all.
out.
At all. Don't like cowboy boots.
When was the last time you had a pair on?
Cowboy boots?
Mm-hmm.
Never.
Well, then how do you know?
No, I don't like
This
the way
should
they
be
look.
part of his homework.
I don't know. Never. I would not do it. I don't like the way they look. I don't like cowboy belts. I don't like buckles. I mean, buckles are stupid.
Because they rub?
No, they're just stupid. Look at them. They're dumb. You got a fucking plate on your waist. Like what? Like what? Why?
What if they earned it? What if they earned
Earned it?
Yeah.
Yeah, by like riding a 1-ton bull for 8 seconds.
Guess what? I got trophies too, and I don't wear them.
Maybe you should.
don't wear 'em around.
You should wear them, maybe.
Like, come on. Like, grow up. Right?
Grow up.
What else? Then? Like the hats. The hats aren't that great. Like the shirts with the strings. I don't like those.
The shirts with the strings.
Yeah, you know how they got sometimes instead of a tie, they got the two cowboy
He means like a
strings.
bullet.
Yeah. Yeah.
They got the little 2 tampon strings hanging down. and I don't like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just, like I don't got good reasons. I just don't like it.
Well, those sound like pretty legit reasons.
Guys,
for
if
you.
you're out there listening, and
I want to talk to our cowboy audience.
and you're a
real quick.
cowboy, I want to talk to the cowboy audience real quick. I don't like you.
large demographic.
I think you're dressed like a meathead. What am I watching right now, you guys? So I watched Wind River recently, and so I've been watching a lot of YouTube. I've been watching Angry Video Game Nerd. Have you ever seen his videos?
Yes, I have.
So I've been watching the Angry Video Game
Okay.
Nerd videos on YouTube. He takes an old NES game, and then he just bitches about it for 15 minutes. And
This is your love language.
Yeah, kind of. It's been entertaining. He's actually really funny. He's made me laugh out loud quite a few times. LOLs. What are you doing over there? You're totally not engaged right now.
I had to find
Get
out.
engaged.
I had to find out why they wear big buckles.
You're researching.
The military buckle tradition came from Europe, where soldiers were expected to look sharp as they headed into battle. Depending on their unit, soldiers were issued large buckles made of brass and engraved with heraldry, insignia, and markings. Civil War veterans kept their military belts and found them to be very practical, and Levi Strauss started mass-producing dungaree jeans with belt loops so that cowboys could wear them instead of suspenders, and that turned into that. So that's why it comes from.
Lame. Whole lot of lame right there.
Sorry, what are you watching? I wasn't listening.
I'm watching the Angry Video Game
The
Nerd.
YouTube guy.
Yeah, okay.
I watched that. Oh, and I started the Dune Prophecy series.
Oh, this is what I wanted to talk to you about.
Yeah.
Really quickly, your thoughts?
You can really. So here, you know what? It's weird when you are you okay? Can you check out the time? You got somewhere to be?
No, I sometimes, if I stand and like do a hip twist,
Yeah.
that loosens the underwear from my ass crack, and I don't have to grab it, and then thus draw attention to it while I'm doing it with other people in the room.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah,
Good to. Let's try it out.
yeah, get it?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
it works.
right.
Yeah, it just seems like you're.
Well done.
Yeah.
So Dune. Okay. So you can tell right away that this is a TV director. And there's TV shots. There's cinematic shots and there's TV shots. And Dune Prophecy is full of TV shots.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest difference for me.
You know you're on a soundstage.
It's just different. It's just like these two things want to be in the same area, but one of them is way fucking far ahead.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm not sure if I like the story just yet. So we'll see. It's only been one episode.
Is this before
10,000 years before the Dune movies.
Oh, cool.
Arrakis?
Yeah, what a cool series. How about this? Like the newest Dune that came out, the
Yeah.
first 20 minutes
Yeah.
within the cinema. I can't remember the last time the first 20 minutes I was like, okay, here we go. Like I was making this gesture
Right?
in the theater
Yeah.
when those guys start flying up the cliff with their little jet packs. And I was like, this is
That
really
shot,
happening.
that first shot when they fly up, yeah.
I was in. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
And even with the original, the first Dune movie, when it had the opening shot of her just kind of explaining, just setting up the movie, I'm just like,
Yes.
And it had that song
Just the most beautifully filmed thing too.
Yeah.
And just the chaos and
Yes.
And that's what movies, right? That's the separation. The cinematography in a movie,
yes.
cinematography,
right?
Yes.
That's what makes a movie a movie.
Yeah. I
Story
agree.
needs to be there. All that stuff is important, but it's an event, right? It's the cinematography is what draws a movie in, and no one does it better than Dennis
Yes.
currently.
Him and Christopher Nolan. It's one and 1A.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I'm in there. Totally
Phenomenal.
cool. Yeah,
Love
Dune movie. Yeah, or a TV show. We'll see where it goes.
All right.
We'll see where it goes. That's what I'm watching. That's what we're playing.
Let's do some general gripes.
General gripes. This is where we, just for those of you who haven't heard us before, this is where we just like randomly talk about stuff, but also bitch about stuff.
Yeah. I have gripes of which that are general.
I got some gripes and I got some thoughts today.
Yeah. I'm going to sneak, just so you know.
Yeah.
Because I know I need to give you time sometimes for change. It counts as a gripe, but it's going to be, I gamified a gripe
Okay.
as we go. But
Okay.
we'll save it to the end.
Okay. Save it to the end of the gripes.
After you.
All right. What do you got?
Can we just really quick talk about Christmas shopping in general?
Oh, tell me.
Like, just the people, the prices. Like, I know it's not a new thing to bitch about Christmas shopping, but man, it sucks. Right? How can we make it better? Let's take the gripe.
I have.
Is
made
there
it
a
better.
secret?
I fixed it.
Okay. I
Can't wait to
yeah.
hear this.
How'd you fix it?
I fixed it by booking a trip for my wife, and we said we're not buying each other anything. It's over.
Yeah, but there's
What about all the other humans?
all the other human beings you
fuck
buy
'em.
for. You have youths in this house. You have friends.
A?
Friends.
Am I supposed to get you a gift this year? Don't get me a
You probably
gift.
should have got
Jesus
each other
Christ,
something.
I'm terrible at this stuff. Don't get me a
See,
gift.
Right. Which brings me back to my gripe that Christmas shopping fucking sucks. And yeah, I already got you a gift. But
You guys have spent more hours together than most
I've
friends
more,
do for
more
multiple
than, more
years.
than my wife for sure.
I don't have. Let me just tell you this. This is a true story.
Yeah.
I have had a lot of male friends over the years. I've never bought one a gift.
That's fair. And I don't expect reciprocatory gifts.
He's given me like 19 gifts already.
Yeah, but that's my love language.
I'm terrible.
It's his
That's
love
just
language.
that's me. That's
what
nothing to
is
do with
your
you.
love language, Corbin?
Bitching. Listen to someone bitch. If they listen to me bitch and reciprocate, that's my love
If he has
language.
the
That's called
safety,
quality
it's a bitch.
time for any of your listeners
Yeah,
who
the
actually
safety,
know
that's a
anything
good way of
about
putting
the
it.
love
A
languages.
safe zone.
Safety.
Yeah.
Is safety zone to bitch. That's my love language.
Perfect.
Yeah.
If I'm bitching at you, it means I like you.
And if I'm giving you gifts and watching you shower, that means I like you.
Yeah. That's about right.
Yeah. That's my love
Speaking
language.
of Christmas. Speaking of Christmas.
Okay, but how do you make it
Okay,
better?
yeah.
Because
Yeah,
it
let's go.
sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks, right? How do you make Christmas shopping better?
Honestly, the only way to make it better is to not do it at Christmas.
So I wrote down, do you do it in July?
You do it when you see it. If you're like, holy shit, this is it in the moment, bam.
Yeah.
You do it.
That's what my husband and I do. If
Yeah.
we see the thing, like he wanted the new Xbox, there
Yeah.
you go. And I went, it was at Costco, it was on sale. It was September. I was like, buy it. I'm not getting you any more shit for the rest of the year or for December. We'll just buy the thing when
Yeah.
you want the thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I like that.
Okay.
Or
Or
how do you feel? Okay, how do you feel about gift cards?
honestly, okay. Gift cards. I'd probably prefer gift cards in general. If you knew where what gift cards I want, like I'd like a movie gift card, or
Like an Apple gift card?
I wouldn't mind that. You know what? You know what the perfect gift for me is?
Yeah.
Like seriously, like go get me like a nice piece of meat.
Yeah. Yeah, meat's a
Like an
great
inch and a
gift.
half steak.
Yeah?
You
Meat's
just
a great
go-
gift, yeah.
And our last guest, Kyle P.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the one Christmas. Oh, I have got a gift for somebody.
Oh, so there you
There
go.
you
Yeah.
go.
So I got a gift for him a long time ago, and it was a Secret Santa thing though, so it doesn't count.
Yes.
I was forced to do it. And I got him. I got an inch and a half, 2-inch New York strip.
You know what?
Finish
Someone
it.
at the last cast party we had for Christmas, and we did the White Elephant gift exchange.
Yeah.
Someone else brought like a full T-bone steak, and people fought over it hard.
Yeah.
To get it.
I bet.
Yeah.
It's a good gift.
It's a surprisingly really good gift.
Nice piece of meat.
What if somebody got you a brand new tray of really high quality, incredible mason jars?
Ooh.
Can I tell you this?
Yeah.
I wouldn't use them as mason jar. I just drink from them.
Yeah, I know. That's why
Yeah.
I told you I listened
You
to your
listen to this.
podcast.
Yeah, I would just drink from them.
I'm like,
I
that
like
could be a
mason jars.
Corbin
We're not.
gift.
Yeah, we're not used to actually having a fan on the show because
Oh.
all of our guests have never listened.
Yeah,
to the show before.
they're like, well, can I come on your show? I've never listened before.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I know
bad.
you drink out of mason jars.
I love my mason jars.
I'm aware.
And they're not even mason jars. There's like old spaghetti jars. Like I just
they're
don't care. Like just give me my
anything
jars.
but cups. Anything but cups.
Anything but
Okay.
cups.
Yeah.
I love my
Good to
jars.
know.
Okay, so okay. We agree that it sucks.
So my Christmas gripe then.
Yeah.
Okay, does your wife decorate for Christmas?
Yeah.
Do you decorate for Christmas?
No.
I don't decorate for Christmas, and it's not because I don't want to. My wife's probably just screaming into the microphone right now. It's not because I don't want to. It's because I'm not good at it. I don't know.
Okay.
I can't look at
Okay.
something and go, decorate that.
Yeah, you don't like to do things you're not good at. I see that.
Yeah.
I really quickly will do some trauma sharing. When I grew up, my mother ran the Chamber of Commerce in the town we lived in. So, and she was very active in it. So, a lot of things put on for the city, a lot of song and dance, a lot of that things. So, she had an event called the Festival of Lights,
Okay.
which was in downtown Cooley Park. And just as people would drive their cars through this Cooley Park, it would take about a 10-minute drive.
Okay.
And there would just be a unfucking godly amount of Christmas lights, like shaped to be like reindeer and snowman and people jerking off and all these kind of things around the road. And I had to set it up every year.
Oh, that's why you hate Christmas, and I respect it.
And every year you have to pull these things out of trailers, and half the light bulbs are broken. So you got to like get like potatoes to rip them out.
Did she do this to plug it all in? Like,
I did. Like it caused me such anger that I can't hold Christmas lights in my hand.
I respect the hell
You
out of you.
start
right now.
shaking.
The joy that people see, like with the families who are like, let's go around and look at Christmas lights together. I would be filled with rage the whole time. Anyway,
I'm going to show you a picture of my house.
Holy shit! Now, who did that? Both of you?
I would say 80% me.
No.
My husband at the time had a cold. I'm using air quotes for your listeners.
But again, you women don't understand what man colds are like.
You don't understand.
You don't get it.
You don't
Yeah.
get it.
You don't get it.
Well, multiple hours.
That is what she's showing us, everyone, is a ridiculous waste of electricity.
That's a lot
It's
of.
not that much more in electricity.
That's a lot of lights.
That's a lot of
like
lights.
Every
Yeah.
surface is covered with lights.
Yeah.
Yes. But we have...
It's a
the thing.
Griswold level of lights
It is.
what we're looking at.
Yeah, you know what? You'll appreciate though. There's a competition on the line here. We
Okay.
won
I like
Best Street
competitions.
last year for the entire city that I live in, and so we were getting pressure because we're trying to sell our house, and our realtor went, "Don't put any lights on the house. We're trying to sell it." And my husband had a heart attack over not being able to do this because this is what brings him joy. And then our neighbors started literally knocking on our door, going, "When are you going to put your lights up? We're trying to win Street of the Year again award."
I would love to be in that position because you know me.
Yeah.
I would.
Control.
I would just not put those lights
Yeah.
up,
Out of
no
spite?
matter what. Just because
Because he's a contrarian.
Oh God.
Because he's a contrarian man.
I would be like, I'm not. You know what? You guys want me to do it? I ain't doing it.
No, I'm up there on the roof by myself putting these damn lights up because I'm trying to maintain our reputation going into
you know that
next
music
season.
in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation when he's putting the lights to that? Brum, brum,
Yeah.
wow,
Right before he
wow.
falls off the ladder?
Would you just have that music on repeat as you're putting up lights?
Pretty much.
Just like, fucking,
Yeah.
just fucking.
Just staple
Constantly?
gun.
Yeah.
I got my wife the permanent lights last
Yes, you did.
Christmas,
You
You're
did.
fancy.
and they work really well.
Yeah.
And I got to be honest with you guys, and shout out to my wife because I never put lights up on the house. She always did it because I just hated it.
Yeah.
I hated it, but she's really good at it. So
Yeah.
do what you're good at. But what's the rules though for this? When do we start when does your wife start? When do you start putting this stuff up?
She'll take it out of the box December 1st.
December 1st?
November 12th.
Okay. Okay. So because of
Remembrance Day.
okay,
As soon as Remembrance Day is over, November 12th, normally we would start
really
putting up the lights then.
okay.
Yes.
Too much.
And when do you take them down?
January 3rd.
January 3rd.
Yeah.
Yeah, I admire that. I admire the quick.
I wait 2
bang.
days after New Year's. Yeah.
Really? What about you?
Oh, like December 12th. They'll come down.
You don't even have them up
Wait,
for
sorry,
Christmas?
you don't have them for Christmas?
No, that's fine.
So my wife, she has like a random start time somewhere in November. But so she's like, well, I got them up, and then it's like we just leave them in January. Like it's like they almost make all of January every year.
Yeah.
We got to take these down. You bet, and they stay there. So
It's Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Like I should probably
That
take
tree
these off.
died
Probably-
weeks ago.
Have you guys bought a real tree ever in the last 10 years?
No.
No.
Not in the last 10, no.
No. Neither. Yeah, it's so much better.
Yeah, no, life's too simple not to just have a fake tree.
Yeah, fake trees are better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got 2 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got 2 of
It's a
them.
lot of trees.
Do you ever receive a gift from somebody you hate?
All the time.
Really?
Yeah.
So somebody I hate, absolutely hate, gifted my wife the second tree in our house.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, and she accepted it.
That's a weird gift.
And she accepted it. And it's still there. And so every time I look at that tree, I'm just
I mean, she told me she
I
wanted
hate
it.
that person.
She told me she wanted it, so I gave her a tree. I don't see what the
I
problem
hate
is.
that person. And
I don't know if I could even answer that if there's someone I hate. I have a hard time even coming up
You don't
with
hate
a
people?
name.
You don't hate anybody?
Oh my
I
god.
just hate to bring this perspective to you gentlemen, but I don't know that everybody does.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I know. It's odd.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's someone
Listen,
I'm like, "Ooh,
that doesn't
this
If
sound-
I
is
introduce you this person,
Yeah.
you would hate their guts.
okay.
Can I say 2 words to you?
You know,
Kaylee?
I'm good.
Okay.
2 words to you?
Yeah.
Bread doctor.
Okay.
Brad Doctor?
Bread doctor.
Bread Doctor?
Okay, that is someone I strongly dislike.
Okay.
He's referencing someone we interacted with several years ago on a different production of something.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah, terrible.
That's
My name is, and your wife knows this person.
Yeah.
Mine is Angie M.
Yeah.
You're just calling just straight out.
Yeah.
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 I'm nervous about you saying bread doctor. and he's
Oh,
calling
well, she
out
knows
me.
if she's listening.
She's listening. She
I hope she
fucking
is
knows.
listening, and you're a horrible person.
I hope, yeah, you're a terrible person.
I'm seriously considering dropping all of my streaming services and just using YouTube.
Really?
Give me your thoughts.
Okay, so you don't want to watch any movies or anything, or you just want to rent from YouTube?
It's yeah. I I probably 80% of my viewing is probably through YouTube now.
Are you engaging Chinese friends in this scenario?
Nope.
No?
No, I
Chinese friends are...
Yeah. I didn't want to ask directly.
It's where I go to the dark web and I kind of sometimes get things that I shouldn't get. For free?
With your hands? Is that how you get to the dark web?
That's what I do. Right?
Interesting.
Jeez.
I tinkle the internet.
Yes. That is a frightening way to get to the dark net.
I know. I have a weird feeling with you making that hand gesture.
It was in
feel
here,
it in your
wasn't it?
chest?
That was a weird feeling. You're like,
happening?
no, that doesn't make sense. Anyway,
I've never watched anything on YouTube.
No? Ever?
I feel like I'm on the wrong podcast now.
Listen, you got. This is where you do your research.
you're
for
on
stuff.
YouTube right now.
Yeah, you're on.
Like,
YouTube.
right now you're on
Now
YouTube.
you're on
It's
YouTube.
happening.
You're on
Okay,
currently
never
on
mind.
YouTube.
I'm in.
Listen,
do
like,
it.
and I
Watch
think you're
YouTube.
I think you're the same. Whenever I want to buy something or I want to YouTube for research,
Always.
you research it on YouTube.
Yep.
Because there's 90 people who have done the same thing and have posted their thoughts and yeah.
There's so many of anything you could ever hope for. It's on there.
Yeah, it's on there.
And I do pay YouTube Premium. I know the
Me too.
internet makes fun of it all the time and hates people who do it.
They just fist pumped over YouTube Premium.
Yeah.
Who cares?
That's right.
Weirdest
Usually we
thing
just do things
I've
and people
ever
don't see it.
Yeah, usually nobody sees this stuff.
Really odd.
We're cool.
Peel back the curtain on us.
Okay, but I have Netflix. I pay for Disney.
Yeah.
And I only use Netflix for the odd show here or there if I want to watch Seinfeld. And I only use Disney for like Bob's Burgers. But I can buy the box set of Seinfeld if I want to watch it. So I think I can get it. If I really want to watch the movie, I can get it. That's not a big deal.
Yeah, like what you would do is you'd go YouTube Premium and have. And to the listeners out there, I do not suggest using TV OSs for any Google Fi's or Apple Fi's of things. Get a Chromecast or get an Apple TV, and then use the Apple Store or the Google Store to buy or rent your movies. Yeah. Because TVOS is too many people with their passwords and those things aren't secure.
So you guys aren't there. Obviously, KayLee, if you don't watch YouTube, no. But you're not at the point where you're going to get dropped the other streaming services.
Well, the problem is my kids use them, so I can't.
Gotcha.
Yeah, like my favorite streaming service is my football subscription. I watch my football
I was going to
subscription.
say, I have an MLB subscription.
I also have a MLB. Now we're
Okay,
fist
we
bumping.
fist bumped for that,
fist
but that
bumped
was
over
way
sports.
cooler.
I also
That's a relevant fist bump.
I also have an MLB subscription, so I like it. It's a lot of games.
That's way cooler than a YouTube subscription.
Cool.
I don't know if I want to get rid of. Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
All right, we're not there yet.
I'm pretty close to not.
I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
How much does premium cost in YouTube?
Well, if you're a family, it's $21, I believe.
Yeah.
But you get YouTube Music included.
But you get free music.
Okay. Whereas all the other services, like I feel like I pay $80 to $95 a month in all the services.
It's too much. Yeah, it's too much now. I feel like I got too much.
Too
and
much.
I'm not using it for what I should be paying for.
So, see, the Amazon one is different though.
I got Prime.
Because everyone uses Prime for shipping, and everyone's like, "Well, I'm going to keep the shipping,"
Yeah.
and you get Prime automatically with that. So,
yeah, I didn't consider Prime because I just use Amazon for Prime.
what do you think the best subscription service is? Out of
Netflix.
I don't know if it is.
It maybe I'm not talking just the catalog, but the software, the program, the interface, like how it operates. It's easily
I'll agree
the
with
best
that.
one.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Not just content. I mean, if it was singularly just content, probably Disney, right? For back catalog alone.
Yeah,
I agree. Like
Netflix has got some good stuff too.
It totally does. But just for back catalog, and now that they bought Fox, probably Disney.
Yeah, probably Disney.
But how it operates, none of them even come close to how intuitive Netflix is to work.
That's fair.
Fist bump? Fist bump, anyone?
Hey, fist bump.
Fist bump
All right,
Netflix?
there we go.
Fist bump Netflix?
So I was in the car the other day, and I thought to myself, if I was a UFC fighter / boxer slash WWE wrestler, what would my theme music be?
Oh, that's a good question.
So I'm asking you guys, what would your theme music be?
TNT.
By AC/DC?
Yeah.
TNT. How come?
Because it says dynamite. Like you're coming out. What do you mean? It's the words.
I love
The lyrics.
The words.
Would the lyrics not have anything to do
Hey,
with
That's good.
I feel like you know why I actually answered that is because it was my walkout music when I played baseball
For baseball.
more
Oh,
competitively.
you've had a theme music.
Yeah, you've had
that's
your own
awesome.
theme song.
That's honestly why it came to me.
And you
at
always
first.
pick that song.
Yeah, I just stuck with it.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's right. That's awesome. This is the perfect time to ask that question.
It is.
Yeah, that kind of fits.
TNT
So what
by
did you
AC.
decide?
Well, I'll tell you after this. What do you think? What would your be?
Just to be that person,
Yeah.
I would have like Anne Marie.
Okay.
Yeah, and like a soft Anne Marie
Yeah.
song because it'd be funny.
Well, it does two things. It does two things. One,
Ooh, you know what I would do? You know, I changed my mind immediately.
if you pick mine, I'm gonna be so mad.
I would have the theme song to Golden Girls. Thank you for being a friend.
Listen, that does two things, though, right? If your opponent is in the ring ready to fight you, and they hear that,
yeah.
they're like, either this guy's a bitch, or this guy is the toughest.
Or I'm fucked.
It's gonna
fucking
pummel
guy, or I am
you.
Yeah,
fucked.
or I'm fucked. That's yeah.
So I landed on "Let's Hear It for the Boy" by Denise Williams.
That feels right.
Doon, doon, doon,
Yeah.
doon, 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 doon. Let's hear it for the boy.
Is that how you would walk out?
Yeah, I do this. I do this. I'm like,
He's got some hardcore shoulder
Yeah,
movement
it's just
happening.
the shoulders. Everything happens in here.
Everything's up
upper
top?
chest, hands
I'd
back.
probably
and
go like
forth.
Yeah.
this. Hey,
Shoulders.
And then a
one
clap.
back.
Yeah,
one
one
push
back.
back.
One
Oh,
push back.
One push back, and then a little
let's
clapping.
hear it for the boy.
Very intimidating.
Right?
Yes.
I just think it'd be the perfect song.
We were pretty much in line there where we wanted to go.
Yeah.
Golden Girls and Let's Hear It for the Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would. Yeah. Golden Girls.
You two could tag team. Just look out.
That's
Do a remix of Golden Girls.
goes Radical
and
Apathy.
Let's Hear It for the Boy.
Thank you for being the boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A hard mix-up. I like it.
I like it.
Or what's it called? Mashup.
A
Mashup.
mash, a mishmash.
Were you talking about gripes?
This is great. We're in gripes
Yeah,
right
we're
now.
in gripes
This is the
now.
name of this. This is the name
This
of
really
this.
goes off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
that's
gripes.
kind of the idea.
It's
you
the
know.
title of this segment.
Oh, okay.
But it,
Sometimes it goes off the rails. We just want to talk about stuff.
Yeah.
That doesn't fit
like
in
it.
a
Yeah.
it can't be easily categorized.
Yeah. General. Hence
General.
the first part of the.
I see. My
Yeah.
apologies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Missed
fine.
the title there.
What else you got there?
No, it's yours. I just did mine.
I just did YouTube.
No, I just did the theme music.
Okay, well, the only one I got left now is the game.
Okay, I got one more.
I have
Okay.
a gripe.
Okay.
I'm just the guest.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah. Bring it on,
allowed
bring it
to
on.
say.
You got to tell
Get
us.
prepared.
We're not used to any of our guests being
Oh.
prepared in any way, shape, or
yeah,
form.
this is new to us.
Again, most of
Oh.
our guests have never seen this show,
Oh, okay.
so you got to let us know.
Okay.
So we're excited. Go for
Well,
it, KayLee.
I travel a lot for a living, and so a lot of my gripes have to do with airport travel situation.
Yeah.
But recently, the thing that is really getting to me is the bin situation post security. So you know how you collect your bins,
Yeah.
and then what you should do is move your bins down the line.
Yeah,
You're gonna get
move
your
it
bin.
down.
You're gonna move down the line, so the next person can get their fucking bin out while you're just standing there, not moving your bin down. And then they actually move their bin down, or I push it down for them, and then they take their shit out and they just leave the
leave
empty
the bin. They leave the bin. Yeah.
And you know what? It reminded me of your shopping cart thing.
Shopping cart theory.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's the same idea.
Same idea.
You don't return the cart. Like, put your bins away. It's not that much more effort
Yeah.
If I
just
could-
for the next person.
If I could circle back on something for
Yeah.
this, you know what's even more annoying than the bins at the airport security?
Yeah, tell me.
Is when, because you have to take your shirt, not your shirt, your
shirt.
Sorry, not
Keep your shirt on.
No, sorry, I meant your shoes.
He goes to airport security Mogadishu.
Your shoes, you got to take your belt off, right? So
Yeah.
if it's a fucking cowboy and they got
And your
the
conchos
boots
and
and they got to
your-
fucking loop the fucking belt in. Oh,
Nightmare.
God. Being
Lesson.
stuck behind a cowboy in airport security,
A good belt buckle.
Just
A
shoot
good belt
me.
buckle alone is just one bin. That would take up one bin.
that's
in
the
itself.
only time I want weapons in an airport.
That's the
To
lesson.
fight the Cowboys.
To fight the cowboys.
That's the lesson. Never travel with a cowboy.
Do we have
true.
any of our guests? Are any of our past guests are they cowboys?
Not even a little bit.
Okay, good. Good. I'd erase your episode if you were. No, you're not listening. Who cares?
You don't have.
So
internet.
I use this deodorant, okay, and it's
Aluminum free?
It's I don't. Is it? It's degree.
Check.
It's degree.
No, that has a lot of
Yeah,
aluminum.
that's all aluminum. That's basically tinfoil.
Get out of the aluminum, my friend.
What are you doing, Corbin?
Okay. So okay, are you guys fucking with me? Is this
No,
real?
this is real.
Seriously.
So you're telling me I'm putting like aluminum foil in my armpits?
I wouldn't say foil, but it's the chemical. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Just
Blocking
before
your pores. Don't do that.
don't do that.
Yeah,
No, you
you
gotta
need
free it.
aluminum-free deodorant.
Got to free the pores.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's the downside? If I've been using this for a long time, what's the downside? I've been
lot.
using degree for like 25 years.
Yeah, we got to mix that up.
At
right
year
quick.
26, you lose the ability to move your arms. So you got to stop
Or
ASAP.
just the ability to sweat
Yeah.
from your glands.
Yeah.
So, yes. Anyways,
What else were we going to say?
Well,
Now that
this
you
is-
feel
this
bad
is-
about yourself.
Well, this kind of it folds into what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I have a bunch of dark shirt. Let me see if I got a dark shirt under here,
Yeah.
and this is an undershirt. Do
he's
I,
lifting his
Is it
shirt
big?
up.
Yeah, here comes his shirt's coming off.
Like, listen, it's like, do I have deodorant stains right here?
No.
Okay, this is one of the good shirts then.
Okay.
I have these shirts that I wear to the set.
Yeah.
And they're dark. And all of them got degree stains on them from the thing.
Yeah, that's
They're not
because
sweat stains.
That's because
it's
aluminum
deodorant
is a
stains.
toxic material that when it comes into contact with cotton, it will eat cotton away, and that creates what we call sweat stains.
Correct.
Is most of the time just deodorant eating away your shirt.
Yeah.
Where the fuck were you guys?
We need to make a change.
Yeah, we need to step it up.
Guys, I'm going to change my deodorant.
This is exciting.
Old Spice Sport
Yeah.
Glide On is aluminum free, cheap at Costco, doesn't leave stains.
Old Spice Sport.
Yeah, that's
The
all it is.
smell
Just-
is
I've never even seen the
fantastic,
word
though.
aluminum on any deodorant.
That's why.
That's fucking.
Where did you hear about this? Who heard about it
been
first?
quite-
Because you both seem
We
to know
didn't
about it.
compare.
Yeah, no, this
Who
is
knew
zero
about this?
prep. This is zero rehearsal for us.
Who knew about this first?
I don't know. I feel like I've known about it
I feel like
for
this came up like health
15
class in like high
years.
school.
I've been going aluminum free for at least 15 years. Like, I've known it's not good.
Yeah, I just saw aluminum free. I was like, well, yeah, I don't want to put tin foil on, so I'm going to get that.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's an
Guys,
yeah.
I'm like changing tomorrow. Like,
Yeah.
Good.
I don't
Get-
want aluminum on me anymore.
No,
You
you
don't?
Do you think I'll see a
Don't.
marketable difference? Do you think?
Yes.
Absolutely. It'll stop staining your shirt.
No, but you may notice an actual difference too.
Will I start
health-wise.
sweating now? I don't sweat right now.
Oh, I start
I'm not
I
a
bet
sweater.
you don't. You've got aluminum blocking up your glands for 20 years.
Gotta free 'em.
We did the show together. I didn't really sweat that much.
No, and I sweat like a
Yeah,
fucking monster.
you sweat. It was
The
gross.
difference, aluminum or not.
Yeah.
It was gross.
Yeah,
I said it.
I was a very sweaty boy.
Okay. Let's do your game. Let's do your game. I'm going to save the rest of them for tomorrow.
Okay, I got a general gripe, everybody, but sometimes on the televisions, they talk about famous actors.
Okay.
And I think the thing I keep hearing on a lot of these websites is the words national treasure,
Oh, yeah.
which I think is a weird description for someone who is an actor. Is that fair?
For a person in general.
National treasure.
Like I've done acting. I think we've all done acting around this table. We can all agree with that. I don't think that falls under a description of myself. So I wrote down all the national treasures that have been listed as national treasures of Canada. And I'm going to go through them very quickly.
Okay.
And I want you to tell me if you believe they are, in fact, a national treasure or not.
Is this you're going to say Anne Murray again?
Celine Dion.
Okay, hold, no, this isn't just tell me names. I have the,
Martin Short.
We're changing
Are we
names.
guessing them?
Justin Bieber.
I have the names that have been quantifiably given the name national treasure by the media
Jan Arden.
of Canadians, and now you need to tell me if you believe
Dave Foley.
they're actually
Bieber.
national treasures.
All right.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go quick.
No, don't go quick. I need to think about it. You know me.
Ryan Reynolds.
No, not a national treasure. You?
No, I just have a hard time attaching national treasure. to
Right. Yeah. Think about
Nine-
we're talking about a title called National
Okay,
Treasure.
what that means for me.
Yeah.
90% of
No.
the shit he does sucks.
Okay, so no.
Not a national treasure.
90%?
90%. Name like the other, like what else? Like the Deadpool things? Okay, I guess. But like the proposal, maybe? That was okay.
That was okay.
But
Sandra
everything-
Bee helped him out with that one, though.
Everything else sucks.
Van Wilder.
Oh, Van Wilder's
Wilder
good. I'll
was
give that to
pretty
you.
good.
Van Wilder's good.
Yeah. I like Ryan Gosling better than Ryan Reynolds.
Just because he's named Ryan? Is that why?
No,
we're
I never
comparing
thought about
these things?
that,
Are
actually.
we just comparing Ryans now?
No, I thought you were saying that because my husband's name was Ryan.
Is your husband named Ryan?
Well, I just realized
Is it
that
Ryan
this-
Reynolds?
This moment that you said that. No.
All right. Well, again, we're
I
not
didn't
just,
know
we're not
that.
just throwing out names.
A
of
Ryan
Canadians.
is a national treasure.
Okay, so
yes.
is a national treasure. Number 2, Ryan Gosling.
You know what? No,
He is Canadian.
Oh, right.
He has not earned national treasure
I don't
status,
think so.
even though 90% of the stuff he has done, he's the opposite
Yeah,
of Ryan
way better
Reynolds.
actor than Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Not a national treasure,
Okay.
though. No.
Jim Carrey.
No, he's iconic. He's not a national treasure.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think he's a national treasure.
Okay. Michael J. Fox.
Yes, he's a
Yeah.
national treasure.
I do too.
He has not done as many good movies as Jim Carrey.
It's
what
not
makes
about
the
the
difference?
movies,
What makes the
though.
difference?
This is someone who like
'Cause
cares.
he's crippled.
Okay.
Is that-
the disabled might be a better description. Jesus.
Is that why? I'm looking for the difference here, guys. What makes Michael J. Fox a national treasure? He hasn't
were
done a
you looking-
movie in like 20 years.
Yeah, but charity contributions, being a spokesperson for many different parts of Canada, and being the individual. You
Yeah.
don't think so?
Yeah.
No, this
Who
is your
doesn't love Michael J. Fox?
This is your definitions, guys.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
just
a
asking the
national
question.
treasure.
I think so.
Okay.
So say we all.
Done. Ernie Coombs, a.k.a. Mr. Dress Up.
Oh.
Oh.
I didn't see that documentary, but I heard it was fantastic.
It is
Did you
delightful.
see it?
Yeah, the
No,
Mr.
I've
Dress Up documentary, the Ernie Coombs
I
documentary.
heard it's so
really
good.
Where do you even watch it on?
I think it was-
YouTube.
I think it was on Amazon.
Oh, really?
I think it's on Amazon.
I need to watch that.
It's
I
really
would
good.
say yes, just because talk about
Yes.
influence.
Watch the Fred Rogers and then watch the Ernie Coombs because they started together. So you can watch the
They
Fred
were friends?
Yeah.
Get out of town.
They worked on the same
Adorable.
show.
That's adorable.
Really?
Yep.
Yes, he's a national treasure because of the amount of people he impacted, like
Totally.
from a young age.
Yeah.
Yeah, national
Agree.
treasure.
Yeah. Okay. Ernie Coombs, National Treasure, confirmed.
Just found out his name was Ernie Coombs.
Tom Jackson.
Don't know who that is.
Also, do not know who that is.
Oh, you guys! I shared an airplane with Tom Jackson. Sat first class beside him, and it took me 2 hours to work up the courage to talk to him.
Who is he?
And finally, I was like, Tom Jackson, and he was like, hello, yes, and I was like, Shiny Time Station, man, I love that show growing up. He's like, that was a wonderful project we did.
What is
Was
Shiny
this
Time
first class
what's-
to Winnipeg?
Yeah.
Like, where were you going?
I have
It was
no
to
I
idea.
don't know
Ontario.
who that is.
I don't know
Tom
who,
Jackson,
I don't know who that is, and I don't know what Shiny Time Station
Oh,
is.
actor
I
Tom
kinda
Jackson.
That
Really?
looks like an older picture he's showing
Okay,
us.
yeah,
this
well, it's an
person.
older Tom Jackson here.
I legit don't know who this
He
is.
did Cold Pursuit recently.
Don't know who
North
that
of
is.
60. He was
Don't-
Peter Canadian.
Oh, North of 60.
60.
I remember that Canadian show.
But he was the.
You're starting to make me think Ryan Reynolds is more of a Canadian treasure.
All right, Tom Jackson. I'm sorry, you're not.
You're not
I was
you're
fan.
not a national
Okay.
treasure.
Rachel McAdams.
No.
No.
Okay.
But you know what? Like 20 years from now, the people we've said, they might be national treasures by that point.
Yeah, but this is right now.
But right now, no.
End of 224.
Time matters.
Rick Moranis.
Yes. No, he's not.
That was a roller coaster
Yeah, I don't think so.
No, I don't think a national treasure.
No, he quit too early.
because his wife got cancer and died, and he had to raise his family.
Lots of people have cancer.
Man, the fuck up is what I would say if I was insensitive. God, you guys are
What is the
weird.
what effect are you
Wow.
guys having on me? That was the
Wow.
meanest
You
thing
just
I've
gave
ever
me shit
said.
for Michael J. Fox, and you were just like, "Fuck it, everyone has to work."
No,
So I don't want to be the bad guy here.
I just said lots of people have cancer.
Yeah.
You can't just define
You know what?
national
You know
treasure
what?
by that.
Rick would have fucking laughed his ass off
He
at that
would've.
joke. You
Yeah.
know he would have.
I think, is he alive?
Yes, he's
Oh,
alive.
so he's still with us, Corbin.
He should have been in the. If he was in the latest Ghostbusters movie, then I would have said yes.
Isn't he Honey, I Shrunk the Kid?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
He was good. I liked him.
Dan Aykroyd.
Yes, he's a Canadian treasure.
I love that guy, yeah.
So 2 yeses.
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay.
absolutely.
Kim Cattrall.
No.
No.
No. Okay. This one I put it together. The cast of Schitt's Creek.
No.
I've never seen it.
I've never seen it.
Really, you guys?
Yeah, my wife keeps telling me to watch it.
What
and
is
I
that
just-
on?
just
I don't know which.
It was on Netflix
It was-
for a while.
it-
It's actually, I just saw a thing today. The first 3 seasons are going to be on Netflix coming up here.
Okay, I'll check it out.
It's a very good show. It does. The show itself doesn't say it's in Canada like Corner Gas did, because they wanted to attract. It could be in Americas, but it's very much a Canadian show as it goes. It's like Dan Levy, Catherine O'Hara. No,
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
great
yeah, we know who's in
cast.
it.
but
I
are,
know.
but are we going to say national treasures?
Individually, yes, but the cast of Schitt's Creek is not a national treasure.
Okay. All right, fair
Agree.
enough. Leslie Nielsen.
Oh,
I think you have to say yes on that.
yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think Canadian when I think Leslie Nielsen.
Okay,
I guess that's my only argument.
sure, fair enough. Donald and or Kiefer Sutherland.
Donald Sutherland is definitely a Canadian treasure.
Yes, I initially wanted to go Donald, yes, Kiefer, no.
But
Okay.
Kiefer will be in 20 years.
I
Like 24 was a great show. I loved that.
But
show.
he was in Young Guns.
Yeah.
He was in Time
Yeah.
to Kill. He was in The Three Musketeers.
Yeah.
24.
Stand By Me.
Stand by Me. He's in so many good
But
things.
is that again? We're not defining like what is
A
it?
Few
How
Good
many
Men.
Right,
movies
this is-
or
this
how
is
great
your
movies?
definition.
Actually,
Yeah.
you know what? Kiefer is.
Maybe both,
Yeah,
then.
Kiefer is. They both
Okay.
are. They both are. Both the
Son,
Sutherlands.
They're in.
Yeah, they're in.
2 more. Seth Rogen.
No.
No.
Hard no.
And lastly, Keanu Reeves.
Not yet.
I love Keanu Reeves.
Everybody does.
Do you love his acting though?
No, it's he's not acting.
He doesn't
That's the
act.
thing, Corbin.
Yeah, he doesn't-
he's just being him. Man.
Yeah, he's just
doing
being,
him,
man.
And he's just
But is-
they just change his name.
But
and
is that
camera follows
argument
him around.
is that argument not the same for Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah.
No, because Ryan Reynolds is trying to act. He's trying to be Deadpool. Like Keanu Reeves is just like, whatever, dude. Surfer, maybe I'm a surfer, maybe I'm a bank robber, maybe I'm an assassin. Who's to say? You just don't know.
You just don't know.
Okay.
Yeah,
So we're saying yes to Keanu?
I would.
He's almost a national treasure.
Okay.
But you know what? He's a national treasure because how nice he's and we're he's respected worldwide for
Yes.
anyone who's ever met him loves him. So yes, Canadian treasure.
All right, so we took from 15 down to 6. So we narrowed it down to true national treasures. Okay.
Yep.
Celine Dion wasn't even on the list?
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
I think she got too French after a while. Like it was too much French. And they were like,
I was worried you're going to say like the lead singer of the Tragically Hip, and I was going like, no.
No, I know your opinions on the hip.
Yeah.
No, that was it. That was my gripe if were the national treasures or not.
Interesting. That's a good one.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We have another section on the show, Carmen, called Apathy Appendix. What does that mean? What do we do?
Listen, this is when we add something to the appendix. So last time it was me, now it's Tanner. It's where there's something that's bugging us that we want to say that we don't care about anymore, and we're adding you to the Apathy Appendix. What is it?
A recent thing that's come up recently. I hear all the time. I need to put it on the appendix. Wicked.
Oh, fuck me.
Okay.
Yeah.
It took a stage play. It made 2 movies, one of which is already 3 fucking hours long.
Yeah.
KayLee, you saw this recently?
I did.
Did you like it?
Okay, here's what I liked. I feel like the performances, especially from the Wicked Witch, like Ariana's for short, but are pretty incredible vocal performances. Like I feel like you have to give it to them for that. But it is very slow. It takes a long time to get to any sort of actual content.
I'll tell you a story. So there used to be this show. It's still on TV. It's called Big Brother. Have you ever watched Big Brother?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, God, here we
So
go.
about 10 years ago, Frankie Grande, her brother, was on, and he was a contestant on
The Witch's brother?
on the Big Brother show.
Okay.
And that second, I said, I'm never listening to that bitch's music.
You wrote her off.
I wrote
because
her
of
off
the brother.
because of the brother. I'm like, I don't know an Ariana Grande song. I never want to see her in a movie. I don't anything to do with Ariana Grande.
Question.
Go.
Was he her big brother?
Yes. I think he's the older one.
That's meta.
He was,
that's
yes,
right.
he
That's
was
meta.
big brother.
That's
He
really
was
right.
her big
Yeah.
brother.
That's weird.
Meta. I
But
heard,
you two have to appreciate like the vocal abilities of an actor in some way, shape, or form. Like whether or not you enjoyed the movie.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
and the play Wicked is very good. Like it's not. It's the Wicked movie is I guess the sticking
Is
point.
it a 6-hour play?
It is not.
Oh, that's weird.
It is like a lean 210. Apparently, the sound quality is a problem on that movie. Did you hear that? The voices
No.
were overarching the orchestra in the movie.
No, it was fine.
Okay,
Yeah, I don't know who's complaining
Okay, so
about
tell
that.
me what your problem with Wicked is. Go.
that first thing I said already.
Yeah?
Yeah,
We're just going to add it to the appendix. It's over.
yeah. It's The Hobbit all over again,
Oh, God.
right?
Yeah.
It's the
That's-
same. It's the same nonsense.
They expanded a paragraph into a movie.
Yeah.
The Hobbit. Yeah.
So moving on.
Side note, I'm going to watch that Lioness show tonight.
Okay.
I'm really going to.
You're gonna love
television
it,
show?
Corbin.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
really excited about it. How
Seriously.
many episodes in the season?
8.
And we're on the second season right now?
Correct.
It's easy
Is,
stream.
is all 8 of the second season out right now?
Correct.
Fuck yeah.
That's an easy
I
stream.
like
So
not
good.
waiting. That's my thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like to wait.
My mother is spending time out on a farm with no TV, and so I bought her the entire series of Murder, She Wrote
Nice.
to watch. And she came back. She's about halfway through the series.
Yeah.
And she came back and she goes, "Yeah, I just didn't notice that I just get so into watching it that I just keep watching it, and the next thing I know, it's nighttime, and I've watched like 9 episodes." I'm like,
That's
I'm like,
called
yeah,
binging.
you're binging, Mom. That's what binging is. She's like, "Well, I don't think that's very healthy, but I just right now I can hear the theme song in my head." It's just her saying it.
How old is your mom?
She'll be 69 in a few months.
I love it.
Nice.
My mom is, I think, 70.
Yeah.
70? No, she's 69 as well. My mom is also 69.
Oh my God.
1955, right?
Do we have the same mom?
1956.
56.
Sorry, 56. My
Yeah.
dad's 50. Yeah.
What's your mom's name?
Donna.
No,
Donna
that's-
Do You Wanna?
Different.
That's what my friend always calls her.
Mine's Mama Lou.
Yeah.
Different. Anyway,
that's good. All
that was our Apathy Appendix. Ooh.
Hey, and then you say at the end, Wicked, you're on the Apathy Appendix.
Right, we did this last time. Okay, let's try.
Okay, let's do it again.
Ready?
Wicked, you're on the Apathy Appendix.
That's going to sound
That
really
worked
good in
out. I
post.
liked it.
That'll sound
That's
really
good in post. Don't
I
worry.
think they're going to be
yeah.
really upset that they're on your appendix.
Now, normally we have a top 5.
No. Let's do guest stuff. I want.
Oh, you want to save it?
Oh, yeah. Let's save it for the end.
Oh God, it's just always
because
last
then
minute.
everyone gets to know KayLee more, and then her selections have more weight.
I see.
Oh my God.
KayLee, really quickly before we get into questions,
Yes.
because they are not easy.
No.
This KayLee, this show, I'm over here. This show is not easy if you're a guest.
It's hard.
Okay.
The questions we come at you with
Journalism.
are legit, well, or inappropriate. They're hard questions.
Oh.
Okay. So really quickly, give us the elevator pitch of who KayLee Sweeney is and what you do and why are you here.
Jesus.
This is literally your job, so you should be able to do this really quickly.
I believe in you.
Okay.
go.
Okay. Here's the job. My entire career has been built on helping people become better leaders and better team members. Period.
And you do that through your business.
Sure. So the consulting firm that I have specializes specifically in workshops, team sessions, coaching that specifically addresses how to spark positive change in other people. The version for Radical Apathy would be, I'm just trying to get folks to not be shitty to one another long enough to get shit done and enjoy your life just a little bit.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's it.
I got a lot of questions about this.
Yeah.
This is concerning already.
We're
I
questioning
got a
that.
lot of questions about this.
Okay. I do find it slightly ironic that a huge portion of what I do is literally trying to get human beings to understand the importance of empathy. And so the idea of being on this podcast is a real test of my abilities here.
But deep down,
Deep down, though.
it doesn't fucking matter, does it?
Yeah, I think that's the best part of it is that I teach it, I understand it, I know the importance of this skill, but me down deep is like, I don't care.
apathy.
Are you passionate about this? Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me.
I'm very passionate about leaderships and team dynamics. I really am.
You really mean?
Yeah. Because if you're not, or you think it's all bullshit, or you think it's all terrible, then you're doing it wrong.
Okay, I'm not going to confirm or deny if I'm a leader or not in my private life. But what if I don't want to be a better leader anymore?
Yeah.
What if I don't want to be a better leader anymore?
Yeah, I don't blame you. It's hard. And it's
hard.
annoying. It's almost like the moment you have more than one. If you have more than one human, you're going to run into problems. More than one person, there's going to be issues. And that right off the bat is annoying and frustrating for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So it is not for everybody. It just isn't.
Like, if I've been doing this for 25 years, whatever I'm doing,
Yeah.
what if I'm just like, I've given what I've got? Like, I'm good. It's like,
you should throw in the towel.
we'll just kind of sail to the sunset.
Yeah, just sunset out.
And you're okay with that? You're not
absolutely.
trying to improve me now?
No, because I think the key is if you don't want to, like if you don't really have someone going, you know what, maybe there's something I could be doing just a little bit better to make things a little bit easier on me and the team. If you don't at least have that, don't bother.
Okay.
It really isn't. Like, don't
Interesting.
worry about it. You got other shit you're good at. Just do that.
Do that.
Do the stuff that you're good at in that way.
What is a consultant?
Yeah, I don't like the word, to be honest. I'm not a fan of it. I don't refer to myself that way for the most part. Like, if somebody were to ask, I would say, look, I'm a learning and development specialist. Like, that's what I am.
Specialist is cooler. Specialist
Is it?
sounds zingier than consultant.
Because I think a consultant's when they come in and they write a report and then they go, here's your report on all the things you're shitty at or something like that. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to help people with actual, genuine behavior change in some way, shape, or form that makes your life better or the people around you.
The lioness of the corporate world.
Did you come here to change us?
Not a chance.
I'm
I gave up
worried
on
about
that.
this.
I gave up on that at episode 6, Corbin. As soon as I made a note, episode 6, I went, don't bother.
Don't bother.
Yeah.
So why are you so good at developing and teaching people for this type of stuff? Why are you good?
Well, I don't know. It's hard to describe myself as automatically good, but people keep bringing me in, so it can't be that shitty.
Yeah.
That's actually my intro for most workshops. I start off by saying, okay, here's what I can promise you. This won't be super shitty because I don't want to have a bad time. So we'll make sure that it's at least not a waste of your time.
When do you? At what point do you get to say, "Okay, I'm a specialist now"?
Yeah, I feel like.
What did you do before this to make yourself a specialist?
Yeah, in terms of my education?
Sure. I don't know.
Well, my degree's in business management. I majored in organizational development, and then I received certifications, accreditations in 14 different types of programming, psychometric assessments, like additional things to build up your credibility. So I'm not just making this shit up. It's like rooted in some actual science and data. But where I really started attaching the word specialist, because it sounds so egoistic to say that, was when I realized that I haven't met anybody that knows this one particular thing or this combination of things where I met them and went, oh my God, like I know nothing. They know so much more than I do. I don't stand a chance.
Oh, okay.
I felt like this one little piece of the pie I got covered.
Did you say to yourself, "Fuck it, I'm going to call myself a specialist now"?
Yeah.
No, it was a recommendation from a friend.
Oh, okay.
They said you should probably just add some sort of label to it.
I
If
like
you
it.
don't want to be a consultant, right?
Yeah.
I just feel like that's a shitty word.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fair.
you need a title. Where humans need labels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They need something to feel good about it. Yeah.
So now you've been in this industry for 58 years now. tell us about. So how you said your schooling, but how did you get into this? Like, how did you stumble your way into? Because I assume you just didn't get out of college and say, I'm a consultant specialist. Right? How did you get here?
Yeah. Listen, I graduated on a Wednesday. Friday morning, I got a call from a hotel in one of the cities around where we live here. And you remember monster.com? It was like, I'm looking at you like you're older than Tanner, like you'll know what I'm talking about.
I am older
He's
than Tanner.
older than both
Where they
of us
had like
combined.
that first resume website, like when the internet was
Monster.
a new thing.
Monster.com. I remember that.
I remember being in a class where they're like, we're going to put your information on this thing called monster.com on the internet. Like that's when I was graduating. And so we did that. And somehow they found my resume from there. Hotel called, said, we got a job for you on a Friday. So I graduated Wednesday, went to work in a hotel on a Friday, and I got the opportunity to get promoted and work for a larger company. I can say it on here, I'm assuming, not a problem. So Fairmont Hotels and Resorts, pretty international organization. And I got in there and they did orientation. Day one, 50 people in the room. I'm sitting at the back. This lady's standing at the front.
Wait, how bad was their business that they had to hire 50 people at the same time?
They hire approximately 1,800 people per year.
Holy shit.
It's a resort,
Yeah.
right?
Holy
It's different.
cow,
Yeah,
okay.
91% turnover rate.
I feel
Wow.
dumb.
Yeah.
Egg on your face.
Oh, wow.
50 people. This is just the moment if I'm trying to answer like how
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got
I
into
want.
this.
Yeah, keep going.
It's orientation. There's 50 people in the room. This woman is up there presenting the orientation of the company. And all I could think of in the back of the room, I just kept thinking, this is so boring. I just feel like I know I could do her job better. I know I could do it better. We can make it more fun. Like this
Yeah.
is way too boring. Nobody's listening. And 6 months later, I had it.
That's awesome.
You had that lady's job.
Yeah, I didn't murder her or anything. She's still alive.
Oh, okay.
She just transferred out to a new opportunity.
Sounded suspicious.
No, and I did everything I could. I found out, I learned the favorite coffees of the HR ladies, and I'd show up on a Friday with coffees for them and go, hey, we got that job for me yet? Like, I marketed myself hard. Like, I was not hired into that role. I was working in reservations, but I worked my way in. So 6 months later, I had it, and that was 19 years ago. It's kind of how it started.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, okay, so you take that job, you're doing not introductions. What is it called?
Well, I was the training manager on site there.
Okay.
So I was looking after like everything from orientation straight through to leadership training as a 21-year-old starting out.
Okay.
Where they have a 90% turnover rate. The average age is 21. 1,000 people work there, and everybody that works there lives on site, and you manage a staff pub as well. So the amount of HR issues coming out of that particular
How many
resort.
babies are born
And that's
a year
before
at Fairmont?
and that's before HR issues were HR issues.
Yes. Like we're talking
We're talking
death threats,
90s
we're
HR
talking
issues.
like crazy
Yeah.
stuff.
Like death threats, like you're still okay, stop making death threats, and they're still hired.
If it's under
Yeah.
9 grams
Like-
of cocaine, we don't care.
Yeah,
This
the
is the
background
90s we're
check
talking about?
process was interesting.
Is it the 90s
yeah,
or the
this is like
2000s?
2000, early 2000.
Yeah, and there was, HR was like, we're cool with it.
Like we'll figure it out. But you go through that as like a new up and coming HR person, and what you deal with there is like on steroids. So then when you transfer out and you go to a city property where their biggest issue is, we got people who are not showing up to work on time. You go, really? Are they not trying to stab each other? Because that sounds great to me then. Like it just set me up for dealing with issues moving forward.
My only knowledge really of that base is watching like the late 90s, early 2000s ski bum movies where all the ski bum resort
Ski
people.
School. Remember
like
Ski School?
Yeah.
I love that
So I
show.
assume it's just like that.
It is a little bit like that, to be honest. It's not that far off, especially at a ski resort, right? That's part of it. But I did that. So I did that for 10 years, worked for like 16 different properties in that company, regional roles, training. And at the 10-year mark, I just had that moment where I went like, what are we doing here? It's almost like if what we're doing here is working, maybe it could work for other companies. Like maybe it could work for other industries. So I quit my pension, my paycheck, the gig, all of it. And I started my own consulting firm where I just thought, let's see if we could take this stuff and work with other people. And so I did. So started working with construction firms, the Seattle Theater Group, for example, like from theater to sales and marketing to finance to IT to the police force, like just any sort of opportunity where it's like, look, you got people, you got problems. Let's see what we can do.
Okay,
to help.
so give me an example. You don't have to because you got to come across as like right?
Oh, gosh.
So what? Give me an
I don't know what that
example.
means.
Give me an example of when you walked into someone's job site and you're like, okay, this might be over my head. These guys might be a little bit too messed up.
Like where I was worried about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know the exact moment. It was, okay, well, it doesn't matter what company. Let's just say
just
CEO,
company X.
Fortune 500 company. Yeah, American company. Doesn't matter. And I walked in, and first of all, the guy didn't even look up from his desk. So they've flown me down here to do this thing. It's the first time I'm meeting them. I walk through the door. The guy doesn't even turn around. He's just typing on his computer. And without looking at me, he says, "You know what HR stands for, don't you?"
What does it stand for?
And I immediately said, "Well, I can't wait to hear your definition. This will be wonderful." And he's typing and he goes, "Human roadblocks. That's what you all are." This was the first sentence.
not even that
he
This is
creative.
the guy that hired you?
Yeah. And then he goes, he hired me because his VP of HR made him. Because he goes, "Listen, I'm going to fire my whole exec team. They're all useless. And my VP of HR is making us bring in a quote unquote consultant before I fire them all. The Canadian dollar's cheaper. So I heard it's better to bring you down because we can get a deal on you versus paying American prices. So that's why you're here." And that's how the first conversation started with that particular gentleman.
So his exit interview, did he like you by that point or no?
Yeah. This is going to sound a little crazy, but they ended up being a client of mine for 6 years.
Wow.
Straight. Yeah. Yeah. We had a few, probably most major breakthroughs I've ever had with a
that's
leader
cool.
in that way. But that's legit how it started. He went human roadblocks. I don't got time for this.
Yeah.
Who does?
Yeah.
So yeah, it was like
why-
challenge accepted.
Why do people love your teaching so much? Like why? Like so why? How did that? How do we go from that to having a 6-year contract with you?
Yeah, I think the key is appealing to what motivates to the actual person. Because if you would have walked into the room with a guy like that and said, but you got to care about your people, and if you don't like really build collaboration, you're not going to get the most out of them. Like that guy would have gone, "I don't give a shit, moving along." But when I said to him, "Look, I don't want to waste your time. It's obviously precious. The only reason I am here is to save you $10,000 next week. And if you would like to know how to do that, I'd be happy to tell you. If not, I'm happy to change my return ticket. Doesn't bother me one bit. You know what I mean? You already paid." And the moment I said that $10,000, it was like something out of a movie. He was in a swivel chair and he just swiveled over. And he goes, "What do you mean $10,000? And then I said, "Well, you're not going to like what I have to say. And to be honest, I'm not sure you can handle it. But if you're willing, I'd be happy to talk to you about it." And it's like, that was the next sentence, because you're appealing to money, to time, his competitive spirit, and his need for ego and confidence all right off the bat. So this idea of going like, if this is what's important to this person, then that's how I positioned it back.
So you were able to break down how to cater to him that quickly.
Yes. And I totally give that to almost 2 decades using like psychometric tools and assessments to be able to help speed read people, their style.
Don't ask the question, Corbin. I can see it moving in your head already.
Can you tell me? Can you tell me what Tanner? Like, how do you cater to Tanner?
Yeah. Tanner's main style is really around sociable, extroverted, demonstrative, big picture thinking. So the key to Tanner's heart is asking him his opinion. Like a big part of it is wanting to hear his opinion, which is essentially exactly what you do on this podcast.
That's what I do on this podcast.
You do that.
It's like it
You're
hits
already
at the
doing
heart
it.
of the person. It's like an attention piece, right? Like I care so much about what you think and what you feel about the skin that you're going to put on the whatever video game of the thing. And the fact that someone cares enough to even ask him about that is like, it feeds his soul.
That and it's really cool skin, right? You want to probably learn about how cool it is.
Sure.
I just don't get how you just don't see it. It's very cool skin though, but you never see it.
All right, I'll ask KayLee. Same question for Corbin.
Oh God.
Yeah, good luck.
Here's what I was fascinated by though. Like, how many hours do you have in on this podcast now?
So probably 50.
No, let's try 27 times 2 to 3. So I'd say 52.
I don't think.
Okay.
I would like to put out 27 times 2 to 3 is a substantially different number. Just hard mathing here.
Jeez.
Okay.
52?
Close enough. I'm just saying that's a lot of hours with another human being.
It is. We
Yeah.
spend a lot of time together.
Right? So, but your listeners have also spent that time with you.
Yeah.
So even though I'm meeting you for the first time here,
Yeah.
I've got 50 plus, let's call it, hours of time listening to you
Yeah, I
speak
guess
about things.
That's a good point.
And so if you can speed read somebody in 5 minutes, you can start to get a lot more from them in 50 hours from that.
So she's got your ticket.
Well, no, I wouldn't say that. You're a bit of an anomaly in some ways, I would suggest. But
Ah.
Oh.
we should totally have him do his Lumina at some point in time. Yeah.
I don't know if I want to do that.
I don't want to know what's about me. Okay, so we talked about some of the clients you got.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Who's your dream client? Anywhere in the world? Is it a Fortune 500? Is it public service? Who will be your dream client to get to have for the rest of your life?
Yeah, that's a good one.
An airline company.
Really?
Honestly, yeah, because I have 2 to 3. I'm very fortunate to have 2 to 3 really strong connections with hotel organizations still, which is a pretty nice benefit in a lot of ways. So the piece that I'm missing is an airline. Because you start thinking, if I start having airline clients coupled with hotel clients, well, that's really
There's no
only
stopping
contributing. Yeah, the IT clients. I
Yeah.
tell you what, I got a problem with my computer, fixed. Okay,
Yeah.
that's how that works.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah. That's smart.
And so I'm trying to.
Did you expect me to say like some sort of Xbox or something?
No, no. I mean,
No,
I'll take Microsoft.
it was a very smart, concise answer.
Oh.
On this show, we're used to muddied, sometimes strangely sexual answers.
Oh.
Do you do you try to reach out to those airline companies to say, hey, me?
Yeah,
That's the question, right?
I don't because like they won't care. Like
Okay.
I'm a nobody in that realm. My business is 100% referral.
Okay.
So it's specifically unless you know a person in the thing, like,
Yeah.
where I get the email, or if all I need is an email essentially. If someone gives me an email, I will reach out.
Yeah.
If they don't make the introduction or they don't pick up the phone, like there's no way you're getting a gig. There's too many amazing big consulting firms out there that have fancy names that no one is going to take some random individual person in this way unless you know somebody.
You're 19 years in, you said. 19?
Yeah.
Are you kind of tired of email? You kind of tired of it?
Yeah, I'm
Is it-
over email
Yeah,
for
over it?
sure.
Yeah.
But how else shall I communicate?
I don't know.
With the
I
parties?
just wish there was something else, something better now.
Yeah, I agree.
Telephone?
Telephone would work.
People don't pick it up though. They're
People don't answer.
terrified.
People don't answer.
It's true.
Especially the newer generation is literally terrified to answer their phone.
Yeah. Why is that? Is that a thing is that like the old fear of talking on stage in front of people? And now it's like, where did that come from?
No, it's habitual. They've had zero exposure. They don't understand it.
I told you the story about my son, right? I gave him the phone. I go, here, your grandma wants to talk
Oh, yeah,
to you."
and he goes
goes like this. Like, he didn't know how to put it on his face. I'm like, what? I go, what the fuck are you doing?
That happened to me in a session just not even a month ago. I was doing some example and I was doing like a phone example.
Yeah.
And I go, anyway, so I called the guy and I'm saying this to him. And during the break, this lady comes up to me and she goes, I got to ask, why did you keep doing the hang loose symbol during your examples today? And I said, what are you referring to exactly? She goes, well, you were doing the hang loose symbols while you were giving this
thumb and the
particular
pinky just
example,
shaking,
just shaking them around. And I said, how long have you been working here? And she said 3 months because she had just graduated. She's 21.
Yeah.
And I went, I apologize. I was trying to demonstrate picking up a phone. And she goes, this is how you pick up a phone.
Made a flat hand.
She made a flat hand and put it right up to it. She goes, I don't understand why you do hang loose. It's very obvious that this is the phone symbol.
Yeah.
And it was that moment I realized maybe this isn't for me anymore. Like I could just be the lady that returns grocery carts.
I would make
That's
fun
where
of
I'm
that
at.
lady
Yeah,
much. Like, this is not the phone.
Yeah. Your tiger teeth would come out.
Oh, I would die.
Yeah.
I would. Oh,
So
I love it.
what type of personality is your favorite?
I'm not supposed to
That's a
have
good
favorites.
question.
Okay, or with that,
Okay.
I just want to know your least favorite to deal with or to interact, whether professionally or personally, whatever you want. But which one are you?
Bread doctor.
That's probably a good example of the opposite, actually. I could use that. Yeah, probably I would say, as with most of us, we naturally gravitate towards styles that have similarities to us. So this idea of outcome focus, like what's the problem, figure out the solution, moving forward, let's figure it out, be logical. You know what I mean? This kind of outcome focused red style, which we would call, that's competitive, but also like drive, determined within themselves, walk fast, talk fast, eat fast, drive fast, brush their teeth fast. You know what I mean? This kind of style appeals to me because I have that so strongly in myself. So when you feel that in other people, you're like, oh, I like this guy. He totally gets shit done. And you feel that connection. The opposites, though, are much more difficult. So for me personally, especially before I had this education, I would have been very annoyed by people who were just much more on the reserved, introverted, evidence-based, cautious, resistant to change, like just very much giving you the nod and smile, but they're not actually agreeing, but they just don't want to say the thing that's actually bothering them. So they just act like they're not being bothered. So you get that, because it's a total opposite style of my own. So that's the part where you really have to do some strong flexing because it triggers you.
Right.
Let me ask you this.
Okay.
Okay. You ready for this?
Yeah.
So you deal a lot with HR.
Yeah.
Okay. I've had, experience. I've been around the block. Okay.
Yeah, I heard.
All right.
Yeah.
Why, when there's a conflict between, let's say, a red and another color personality, why does HR try to manage the red out of everybody instead of
That's actually a good question.
managing
It's a really good
the
question.
other colors up to more of a go to the middle or up to the red more often?
Can I just say,
Yeah.
I thought you were going to have a sarcastic question there, but that's actually a really strong
It's a
question,
really good
and I support it.
question.
Yeah.
It's a really good question. I'm trying not to throw HR people under the bus here.
Hit them.
but
Bust it. 'Cause-
honestly, Corbin, it is an indication of the lack of knowledge and self-awareness on HR's part to not realize the differences and the importance of all the styles. Because you're right, that has been the natural tendency. They go, stop being so mean to people.
Yeah.
And the red style's like, I don't even know that guy worked here. So like, I don't understand. Like, why is this a problem? Like, if he's taking it personally, he can take it personally. I didn't mean it personally.
Yeah.
It's not part of the best friends club. That's not what we're working here.
Yeah.
We're just trying to accomplish the thing. So it's like this headbutting thing. And then HR goes, you need to be nicer to people. And it's not fair. It's honestly not a fair assessment from my professional opinion, because there has to be give on both sides. Sometimes what we need is coaching for that other person to go, you know what? Sometimes you actually need to step up and make a decision in these moments, or if something's bothering you, you need to be able to say to the person, that's actually bothering me and here's why. Because once they do that, it actually helps build the respect with the styles that are more on the extroverted or red style like that. It actually helps increase it. But if they don't, and they just go complaining to someone else every time, it just continues to piss off the red style.
Yeah.
But if no one's giving them any coaching, they go, well, what else am I supposed to do?
Okay, to say something while I'm thinking about the thing I want to think about.
Okay.
So we have a lot of young listeners on this show. And how would you tell these young folk if they wanted to start their own consulting firm tomorrow?
Oh, God.
How? And I'm sure you've had this question. People come to you because they see a successful consultant, which is, you can't just say tomorrow, I'm a consultant,
No.
and then have it. So, like, how would you suggest they start on the path to consultancy or speciality?
Yeah. Sometimes I just say, don't do it. Like, especially if I think for even a second the person is incapable, I don't beat around the bush. I'm like,
Okay.
It might not be for you. But if it is the case, and I'm trying to be considerate of like what their perspective is, here's the two things. Like, one, I go, who would your client be tomorrow? Because if you can't articulate that right off the bat, where you could call a person, you could book a thing, you could have a gig tomorrow, then you're not there yet.
Okay.
Like, I would absolutely make sure you got at least one company, one source of income, one piece there for sure. And then the other part is, how comfortable are you with not being paid for extensive lengths of time, not having paid vacation, and no benefits unless you get them yourself? Because if you're not going, yes, sign me up, could be interesting, challenge accepted. If that kind of response isn't happening naturally, consulting is also not for you. So I really try to actually level with people pretty legitimately, like as straight up as I can, about pros and cons of it.
So a lot of self-awareness, right?
Yeah, like
people
you kind of have to. Like, what is your plan? Yes. And then it becomes a lot of things, because what happens when that client doesn't pay or that doesn't work out anymore? Now what are you going
Yeah,
to
are
do?
you taking them to court? Like,
Yeah. Yeah. So I mostly just throw out a lot of questions and ideas where, like, if they haven't thought about it, then they need to think about it. And if they get a plan, great. But if not, it's why either a lot of people don't do it or they don't have enough courage to take the step to do it. Yeah.
Going back to the question I had before.
Oh, sorry.
When Is that the biggest crime an HR can do? Is to turn? No, hear me out. No, hear me out. I said a good question last time.
I'm sorry.
Is to turn a committed employee into a compliant one?
That is the biggest.
The biggest crime that they can commit against a company is turning a committed employee into a compliant one.
I don't know if I would use the word crime. I would use it as
crime.
The most. Okay, you say crime. I'm going to say it's one of the most disheartening things that they could do, because if you are taking someone, especially who is loyal to that organization, like if they have committed and you've got a loyalty built with that person, if all we've done is kind of crush that spirit or that try to like get into this box or else, it's just so disheartening. It's so unfortunate because the potential of what that person has to also therefore have influence over others is never realized.
You are just insanely positive. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I don't know.
That's good because that means you're good at what you do.
Well,
and as a business,
I haven't looked at any of those questions.
That's fine. That's there for if you want. As a business lady doing business, have you had to deal with misogyny in your career? Is this an everyday thing, or like is it an asshole here or there? Like, as someone who's been doing it for 20 years.
I was going to make a joke, but I'm not going to.
You can make the joke. It's fine.
I was going to say, what's misogyny?
So
it's like really aggressive massages.
Yeah. No, guys.
Sorry.
So the misogyny was invented by Joseph Misogyny in 1817.
It's always 1817, Tanner. It's your favorite date.
It was a busy year because the War of 1812 was imminent for 2 years, and then a lot of people came in, and he said, you know what? I'm tired of these fucking women, and I'm inventing misogyny. So what did he say?
Have I experienced it? Yes, definitely, for sure. I think I would say not as much, like in the last 5 to 10 years, probably not as much.
You have seen a change.
I personally have seen a shift.
Okay.
Yes. I do think the difference is, again, about our style and how we handle it. I have just always been the kind of person where when that thing happens, when you get the pushback or the person starts to write you off in some way, shape, or form, whether it's because of the fact that I'm female or the way that I look or whatever the case, I thrive in it. I honestly, you guys, I fucking love it because I go, perfect, challenge accepted. Let's see how long it'll take me to turn things around. And so whether that's the human roadblock guy or the situation where they're writing me off, because what is this chick going to tell me about communication? I've been a CIO for 32 years, and I kind of just hope for it. Like I go into the situations going, I hope that they doubt. I hope that they think that they're not going to get what they want just because of my gender or age or whatever the case. And then I go, let's see if I can turn it around.
So the competition piece is strong in you.
It's very strong.
It's strong in you is what you're saying.
Here's an example of that, Tanner. Just to be honest, I was on a flight last week. I arrived plenty of time early. And you know how they have the walkways? What are the walkway things called that move?
I think they're called walkways.
They're called tarmacs.
They're moving walkways.
They're called tarmac walkways.
No, they're literally called moving walkways.
They're called misogyny walkways.
Moving walkways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I'm there plenty of time.
They call them in Vegas.
Yeah, you
Go
got
ahead.
the regular
Gangway?
walkway. I don't think that's
I don't think
I
it's called
fell
a
off the gangway. He says it in Dumb and Dumber. I fell off the gangway again.
That's the thing that leads to the airport.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the moving escalator things.
That's correct.
Yeah,
the not escalators,
moving
the
walkways.
flat ones.
Yeah, moving walkways.
So we did it.
Okay, you got the moving flat ones, walkways. You've got the regular walkway. There are plenty of time. I'm not in a rush. I could go for a 2-hour meal if I wanted. But still, in terms of the options of which one to take, I tried and I went, I can't do it. I'm not going to walk on the regular walkway. The faster walkway is available to me automatically.
It's so
Why wouldn't I
fast.
take it? Except there's only one reason you wouldn't take the fast walkway. And why is that?
Because they just fucking
I was
stand
wearing
there.
cowboy boots.
Because
No.
they just fucking stand there.
Because they're just standing there.
Yeah.
If they're you equate it in your head. You go, there's too many people fucking standing there, not walking on the walkway. So
Yeah.
now what do? I try and beat them on the regular
I have
walkway.
to show them how dumb they are for standing.
Yes, I'm going to show them how dumb they are. So I'm going to walk faster on the regular walkway, beat them to the end before I get to the gate.
I dig it.
And as this was happening last week, I thought, what is wrong with me?
This person doesn't know you exist right now, and that
They
you're
don't
in a
even
mental
know.
fight with them.
Yeah, they don't know we are fighting.
Yeah.
I'm literally
Yeah.
in heels with 3 pieces of luggage, sweating through the airport for no reason.
Because she's not wearing aluminum
Yes.
Yeah, underwear.
deodorant.
Underwear or deodorant.
Or deodorant.
Either
Underarm.
or.
Yeah, deodorant. Yeah.
That's how I know
That's
I
a
have
really good
problem.
analogy. I like that. Not analogy, but it's a story, I guess. But that was a good.
It's true.
I like that.
I mean, yeah, it's a problem. That's a competitive problem.
Yeah, you can't shut it off.
But at least,
It's really
I think
hard.
I think it's fine if it's in your head, right? Like you didn't interact with that human being.
I
you
didn't shout at them.
You didn't make it. Just fucking, I'm beating you. Fuck, I'm looking for a headache. Like you didn't do that. You internalized
No.
it, right?
Yes.
Which I think is fine.
I'm the guy who goes in the walkway and is like, okay, like I'm like coming through. Like I'm telling him. Like,
I
get
know
the
you are.
fuck-
Yeah,
get
and
the
you would-
fuck out of my way.
And
Yeah.
I wouldn't think of either of them. I would just be walking, going, sometimes I wake up.
Yeah.
That would be me.
Dad is like, I would like to eat a hot dog.
So great with ketchup mustard. Yeah, that's all I'll be doing. That's the three differences right there. Which one of us is going to live longer?
Oh, that's a good
I ate
point.
too many hot dogs.
It happens. It's showcase. The airport's the worst showcase of it's like extreme styles on steroids in that environment.
Why is the airport the worst encapsulation of humanity anywhere? Why?
Because everyone is overextended. Because of the
Explain that to me. What is that? What is that?
It's the overextension is like, it's a fancy way of saying stress, but it's like when our greatest strengths come back to bite us. And in airport zone,
Yeah.
everything is heightened. So people who are logical become argumentative and will yell at people to get out of the way on the walkway. People who are sociable, like yourself, Tanner, go to can't be alone, being like, what's going on over here? Let's check out this store. What
There's
do we
so
think
many
should it
things,
be
you
here?
guys. There's so many lights flashing.
Everything gets extreme,
Yeah.
gets heightened. You see your collaborative people become consensus obsessed. They start going, well, where do you want to go for lunch? Like we could go, if you want to go for lunch, we could go to that spot. But if you want to go to the other spot, we could go to that spot, because their collaboration is just on steroids. And like, we're not doing it unless everyone says yes. We won't go to the thing unless everyone says yes. So it's these extreme versions of it. And the analyticals are so pissed that everything evidence-based becomes like change resistant. So when the gate gets announced that we're now at B52 instead of B49, that person loses their goddamn mind, because it's the last change of the day where they go, I can't handle one more fucking change. The Uber was late. She didn't have the suitcase back, and it just adds on. So it's this extreme version of it.
Airport
Yeah.
is bad, but would you think theme park would be almost even worse? The people at the theme park are nuts.
But you still see some happy people at theme parks.
I don't think you do.
I've never seen
Who's
a happy
happy at
person
a theme park now?
There's people happy
It's
at.
insanity.
I was just there. There was a robot that talked to me. And it was.
I'd argue you wait more at the theme park.
You do,
There's
but
less joy at the theme park because it only lasts like a minute. There's like everywhere's crowded. There's
it's the
food sucks. Like everything sucks at the theme park.
I think the difference is some people have been waiting their whole entire
go
life
there.
to be there. So even though it's chaotic and shitty, there's like, we've waited so long to get to this moment.
Yeah.
The airport is everything leading up to that moment.
the airport is everything stopping you from getting there.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's never good.
yeah. The airport is. Yeah, it's the epicenter of awful, isn't it?
Yes.
Stupid airport.
Did that answer your question? I don't even know what it was.
I went back to look at my question. Yeah, I did. I think we start with misogyny, but yes.
Even if it didn't, it was a great answer.
Yeah, it's a good answer. See,
Thanks, Courtney.
the evidence of a good guest is that you present an answer that leads to a conversation that did not necessarily start to the question, but led to more questions.
You might be the smartest person I've ever talked to. That's a true story.
No.
I can tell. I can.
That's too
So
much.
Corbin and I, we do actors. We do shows.
We do shows.
Right.
Right, I
We
understand, yeah.
talk a lot in front of a large group. Okay. I can tell you're a professional talker in front of a group right now, simply, and if I never met you, simply because we all have the same large drink in front of us, and yours is the only one that's been barely touched.
That is correct.
Yeah, because you're a professional person, being professional and engaging, and you're not sucking back water like Corbin and I, who are just trying to keep our voices steady.
Cheers.
So we can do the
Cheers.
next one. Yeah. Sorry, side note. Notice that. Really good.
That's
Keep it up.
That's kind.
Best and worst hotel to stay at.
Oh
please.
yeah.
Okay. Are we talking, should I give location or like actual name of hotel?
Chains? Or are we doing hotel chains?
I
or
kind
hotel?
of thought both. I would like to know which chains are best and worst, and then like what is specifically the greatest hotel you've been to, and specifically the worst fucking hotel you've ever been to.
I like this.
Okay. Greatest hotel I've ever been to, most incredible service experience, room experience, resort experience, all of it is the Fairmont Kealani in Maui. It is a life-changing experience. Like if you've gone to that hotel, you're not going to want to stay at any resort ever again. And I'm not talking like, okay, I don't do all-inclusive Mexico resorts, gentlemen. This isn't my jam.
Okay.
I'm talking like, I don't know if I have to articulate that. I'm talking like I'm not talking like all-inclusive drink all you want. I'm talking like incredibly like boutique luxury style hotels. And that one is absolutely phenomenal. So much so that the staff are trained. If they overhear you walking down the hallway going, and they overhear you say, gosh, I just wish like my towel was fluffier. Or, God, I don't know why there's so many feather pillows. I wish I had a foam pillow. There will absolutely be 2 options for foam pillows. A note from your local housekeeper in there saying, I've given 2 suggestions here. If you don't like them, please call me and I will take care of whatever pillow you need. And then you will also have 3 additional towels that they will literally go and fluff in the dryer before they bring it back. Like the training program attached to that hotel is unbelievable in terms of service standards.
Oh.
Yeah. And I know you like Vegas where they have like a lot of different great service experiences. I'm sure some not so great, but you're not there for the service anyway.
No.
Right? No. Worst hotel chain. I'm like, are they still a client of mine? No. Listen, honestly, anything you start getting into 2-star hotel, like you just can't compare, right?
Yeah.
If you're going to stay at a Super 8, like they're doing the best they can with what they got.
Yeah.
So I hate
Yeah.
to throw any hotel
Sure.
under the bus in that way.
But let's say what would be considered a decent hotel that was just shit for you.
Oh, where the experience was just
like
bad?
it's just like that specific hotel in like Rhode Island is garbage fucking hotel.
I would say I would not feel comfortable saying, to be honest.
Yeah, that's
Off air?
I would
Off air?
Off
Yeah,
air.
I'll
We'll talk
tell
off
you-
air.
I'll tell you off air. Yeah.
Can you describe the situation in which it was bad without going into the specifics of the hotel? Like why it was shitty?
Yeah, sure. It's definitely service related and food related.
Okay.
Because it's almost like if you miss those 2 pieces, good luck getting anybody to pay any money. But if the food is cold, the orders are wrong, the food is not cooked properly the way that you want it to be, and you're paying that much money for it. Because I think that's the other piece. When you pay so much for the thing and your expectations go up, if the food's shitty and the service is shitty, it's not going to work.
I got a question for you.
Okay.
All right. You deal with American and Canadian companies.
Correct.
Okay. Do you find that when you are comparing similar jobs, not for you, but for the people that work at similar companies, whether it's Canadian or American, Canadians have jobs and Americans have careers? Do you find that's an accurate thing to say?
No.
Really?
Yeah. Like you
Why
think,
is American service better then? Always. Because it feels like those are careers, not jobs to these people.
Okay, that could be like because their mentality is this is a career, but
Yeah.
I think it has to do with gratuities.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think if their entire sole purpose is just around these gratuities, then they'll work for it more. That's just it.
I like that.
It's just the money.
And sorry to back up a little bit because I've heard different.
Sorry to go off topic.
No, that's
No,
good.
that's a good question.
That was a good question. I've heard different descriptions of the star system for hotels. So what makes a 5-star hotel a 5-star hotel? Like what are the
What gets you the 5th star?
Yeah, like what is it? Just because the pool
Yeah.
is heated?
No, there's actually, it's a list of about 182 things in an auditing process that determines your star rating. So we're talking about things like, is the iron accessible and working in the room and located in the closet? Like that's one of the standards in the LQA audit. So like if that piece isn't in there, it's going to count against you. It's that detailed. Is there valet available to every single guest? That's a 5-star example of a standard. So if you don't have a valet person available to every single guest arriving upon arrival,
like right at that time.
correct, that there must be a valet person available for all guests arriving. If you don't have that, you're not getting a
So if there's
5-star.
like too many people at the door, they don't have enough people. They don't get it. Did I get it? Did I get it? Sometimes I need time to
Are the
process.
things I'm saying boring? I don't know how else to articulate that.
It's a comedy podcast, you guys.
It wasn't that you said it.
Did I
it was
say
that
it weird?
I could see your brain connecting the synapses as you said it.
Listen, sometimes on the Radical Apathy podcast, we have to cater to the lowest common denominator.
He's like, the people park the cars at the thing. I'm like, I guess so.
People arrive. People have to see.
No.
Oh, that was funny. Okay, and who gives the 5 stars? Is this just a guy walking around saying 5 stars?
Keanu Reeves.
That
That's
makes
why.
sense. That makes sense.
Do you have to have 5-star restaurant or like Michelin star restaurants to be a 5-star hotel?
You do not.
Okay.
Oh,
Interesting.
interesting. That is
But you
interesting.
have to have a certain number of restaurants available with a variety of menu options. So there's like specific standards on variety of menu options. And I think it's at least 4 dining options for a 5-star.
Let's say you have 4 dining options, but all 4 kind of suck. You
Yeah.
can still get a 5-star hotel?
No.
Okay.
No.
Why
The
does
service and food quality has to be there.
the tire company get to say if a restaurant's good or not?
Oh, the tire company?
Yeah.
That's actually true. Hey, it is.
Yeah.
There's like a connection there to the Michelin. Yeah. I don't know is the short answer. I don't know enough about the food and beverage business side
No,
of
fair
things.
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be weird to work for a beverage business. What is a common misconception about hotels that the general public would have? So, or I guess what's what's
I see
something-
what you mean.
Yeah, okay.
I was like, I understand the question. Are
Yeah.
you not used to
If
guess
people,
understand the
no,
question?
no.
God.
If people
Very dumb.
arrive at the door
Mm-hmm.
and people aren't there to see them, then it doesn't work for valets.
Okay, so here's an example. Most guests, I'll just pretend you didn't say that part. Guests, for example, have things like, oh, what about the sheets on the bed? And they're like, I'm worried about the sheets on the bed not being clean. Or like people get worried about like the beds in hotels because they're being reused.
Because people die in them.
Well, that is true.
Okay.
But that's not really, it's if you're asking about one of those things where like that guests or customers are like, oh,
Yeah.
the sheets in the bed.
Yeah.
But the thing that they don't actually know is that is the least of your worries in the entire hotel room. In fact, that would probably be bottom 3 on my list of things that I would be worried about or would not use in the hotel room.
Oh, I didn't even think about things to worry about in a hotel room. Okay, go. I'm not going to like this.
I don't want.
Yeah, I don't want to know
the
either.
answer.
But go ahead. Okay,
no,
go ahead.
I'm not going to ask it. Okay,
Okay,
let's,
I'll skip
I know
it.
we're talking a lot about hotels.
Okay, but give me your.
Just tell us.
Just
really
tell us.
quick.
Go.
Top
Finish your thought.
Top-
No, I'll just give one. I'll just give one. How about this? Here's the one thing I would recommend not using in hotels.
Yeah.
What?
The face cloths.
Oh,
Okay.
why?
Next question.
Yeah.
Well, I want to know why now, because I would assume they'd be cleaned with bleach like all the other stuff, towels and everything.
You would not believe the things that people will use face cloths for.
Oh.
Okay? So this is the thing I would not use in a hotel.
When's the last time you used a face cloth hotel? A hotel face cloth? When's the last time?
2001.
How much? Okay, we're talking a lot about hotels. Okay.
Yeah, sorry. We can move it on.
Okay, no, I'm going to ask one more hotel question. Okay. How much do you tip a housekeeper?
Oh, that's a good question, too.
Depends on the length of stay. Is it in like a week in Vegas?
Yeah, 4 nights in Vegas.
I would do $10 a day.
$10 a day.
Yeah.
Okay.
A $10 to the house.
What about at the
Yeah.
what about the Fairmont in Maui?
$25 to $30 a day.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're just leaving the bills on the bed.
Correct. At the end of your stay. Don't give it daily.
What if it's a different person?
It won't. They divvy it up. They will specifically, they'll go, which housekeeper, at least at the Fairmont, you get
That's-
assigned
yeah.
the same housekeeper for your whole stay.
Oh, okay.
But if they did switch it up, someone calls in sick or whatever the case, they will specifically divvy up the tips equally.
Let me ask you this then.
Interesting.
Let's say you're there for 4 nights and you tip at the end.
Yeah.
Is that housekeeper like a little discouraged after 1, 2, and 3 because she didn't get anything or he didn't
No.
get anything?
She's still earning it. Make 'em earn it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good fucking question. Suck it.
Yeah.
Not
Okay.
competitive at all. Before we, so I'm thinking, do we want to? We'll get into mental health training before the tough questions.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, let's talk about the mental health stuff.
So-
let's get. You know, we used to be a mental health podcast,
I remember.
and we just kind of got off that.
Okay. We went more into the
We're doing great.
what you playing, who you watching.
We're
or
doing great.
Whichever
Yeah.
that was.
We're just
yeah.
we're high right now.
We're just doing great.
Okay. Well, I love it.
You know?
So we're back on mental health. Are you actually doing great?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Right.
So
I'm the best I've been in years.
Oh yeah.
Dead serious.
it's the beard is just killing it right now.
Am I killing it with the beard?
Yeah,
Yeah, it looks really
It looks
good.
really good.
I
yeah.
like it.
I tried dyeing it. It didn't work.
No, I
Don't
told,
dye
I've
it.
told you.
It didn't take.
People have said salt and pepper beard is the beard to have.
This is all salt. What are you
You're like-
talking about?
There's a little pepper in there.
You're George Clooneying life here.
Am I? This is what it is?
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I the years ago when I've known you, I would never thought you've had the face for a beard. I think you have a good face for a scarf, but now that you have the beard, I'm really impressed.
I had a small beard once, and I shaved it, and I was like, "Oh my god, you shaved your beard!" I'm like, "What? You don't like my face? Like, you want me to cover it up?"
Yeah.
That joke didn't hit very well.
Yeah.
Because we do like your face.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but this person did. That other
Yeah, that
person
person
did.
didn't.
So mental health.
Mental
So,
health.
yeah,
let's talk about mental
Yeah,
health.
Kaylee, tell us about your mental health journey. Through consulting or specializing through, I mean, you're going through Fortune 500 companies, right? You're going through these massive organizations, and you are telling people the way that you say is the right way to develop and train and lead human beings, which is the hardest, most difficult fucking thing in the world to do, is to deal with fucking humans. That you said is the airport, for an example. Overextending, is that what you said?
Yeah.
I can only imagine every single day you're at work, you're having to overextend yourself to deal with a constant room full of people who are learning, but then also learning for the most that they're bad people and they're doing things wrong, right?
Bad people.
So I can only imagine that's in and of itself is a strain. So walk us through, like, how has that strain felt? How has you dealt with it? Has it gotten easier or harder from when you started to where you are now? Walk us through.
Yeah, I'd say it's been quite the journey for me because I didn't have the education. I didn't know. You're like, oh, manage your stress. I'm like, I don't even know what the hell that means. So it's taken me a long time to figure it out. And now when you teach people about this stuff, it adds a whole other element. So I'm trying to think of a way to summarize this in as short form as I can. And so step one is this. I consciously try to figure out where the stress is coming from, whether it is external or internal. That's my first bar. Like when I feel it in myself, where I go, look, I'm not sleeping. That's my first cue. Because I love sleeping so much.
I know, it's the best.
It's just the best. I'm like, I don't know why we're not doing it right now. Okay. So the moment I go, why am I not sleeping? It's like my favorite thing to do. I know that that's a trigger for me. And I go, okay, well, where is this coming from? And is it something that I'm like doing within myself? Like, am I getting myself all worked up about buying this new house? Am I putting this stress on me by looking at the realtor.ca for 8,000 hours? Or is the stress external? Like, have I got 72 emails from other people telling me about their problems, their issues, things they want me to do? Like, is the stress external? Because for me personally, depending on which the answer is to one of those, the way I deal with it is totally different. So I guess that would be like my first position back to you. Like, have you ever thought about it like that in terms of where the stress is coming from, internal versus external?
No, I cry in the shower. Either way.
Or do you use sarcasm to push through your stress?
I've never used sarcasm before.
I know, ever, right?
No.
Okay.
But so let's take the personal one. So it's you're self-inflicting your stress.
Yes.
Okay.
So if we go, okay, yeah, so I'm doing this to myself. It means, like, for me personally, that I feel like things are out of control. There's too many unknowns. I've got all these other factors and I'm just adding all the stress to me. So for me, I have to find one thing in my life that I can organize and I can control. This will appeal to you. Like that there's one piece where I go, I can have full control over it, or I can have it completely organized in the way that I need. So even though your brain's messed up in all these other ways, there's this one piece that is just dialed in. So I will literally reorganize the linen closet.
Okay.
I know this might sound stupid, but it's like, I need a thing. I need something in my life that is perfectly dialed in, organized, sorted out. I will get my car detailed. I just love it so much. So if I take my car and I get it detailed, I'm like, if nothing else, my vehicle is in perfect condition and it looks perfectly on the inside. Everything else might be chaos, but I need this one thing that is dialed in for me.
Do you have a go-to thing? Like, is the linen closet your go-to thing?
Well, maybe the linen closet's already organized, but I've done things like the Tupperware drawer. Why do we even have so much Tupperware? But then that can sometimes add to the stress, and then you're throwing out Tupperware. But the point is you get the drawer clean.
Yeah.
Or you do something in the yard. Or whatever the case may be, I just have to, if it's an internal stress, I have to do something that for my brain organizes itself.
Is that why I clean? Is that why I get strange cleaning pushes where I'm just like, I got to fucking clean this house?
Yeah, because it's like your body's going, we need something to be in order because so many other things feel like they're not. So we gravitate towards these one piece that we can have some control over. Whereas if it's external, I have to do something physical. So this is where I'll go to the batting cage.
Oh, fuck. That's awesome.
Batting cage.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. If the stressors are coming from external sources, I need to release the stress physically. So I'll take the dogs for a big hike. We will go to the batting cage. I'll go, drive down Penticton, walk around the lake. Like whatever it might be, it's got to be something physical in that way. It's usually baseball related. To be honest. Honestly, my husband and I have gone, I'm like, look, sometimes I say to him, look, I need to go play catch. And we go, well, it's November. I'm like, well, put on a tube.
Suit up, dude.
Yeah. and we go and we play catch for like an hour.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's it. So that's kind of, I guess, what I push back to people first. Is it internal or external? That's step one. And because you may deal with things differently based on whatever that is the case. Yeah.
Where were you in your career when you realized that you could handle it? Like because there's always a moment, usually for me, it was around that 5-year mark where you're like, God, is this the right fucking direction for me? Like, it's just, but I found once you kind of push past, you come to that moment in your life where you're like, okay, I'm good, right? I've taken what is thrown at me.
You feel like you have a handle on something.
Yeah. It's kind of, so for you in this specialist consulting side, where did that take you?
Yeah, for me, the moment was actually during a session, because one of I'll go back to the word overextensions, is that because I'm a very reliable person, time management, I don't know, how do you feel about time management?
I like time management.
Yeah, big fan. Well, you're probably more than time management. You're pretty strong in time management too.
I think so.
I gotta watch.
Your hour podcast is usually 2:10, right? So anyways, real tight on time management. But because it bothers me so much, so I'd be running workshops, people would show up late. It would piss me off so much, like for years, because I'm like, I would immediately start thinking like, that's really disrespectful. Like, this is my time. I'm trying to be here for you. You're disrespectful showing up late. And so I wasn't handling it, because what would happen is I would get hesitant. That's the overextension of reliability, where you like write the person off a little bit. Like, you don't say anything out loud, but I would literally stop making eye contact with just that participant for the rest of the session.
Because
that feels good though, doesn't it?
Because fuck them. Yeah.
Because you know what? You don't get all of me.
Yeah. Fuck you.
You're gonna be disrespectful. You don't get all of me.
Yeah.
I love that.
I like that too. Fuck you.
Okay.
You know what? I like that. I'm using that.
Okay, that's the overextension, though, gentlemen.
Oh, we don't do that.
Sorry. That's
sorry.
bad.
We don't do
that.
that.
Okay. That was a good idea.
So this.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize.
So for years, I thought I had a handle on it. I'm like, yeah, screw them. That's how I'm going to get it. They don't get all of me. And then I realized one day, through education and self-awareness, that was not helping me or them in any way. Like, it actually wasn't. And there was this moment in my career where I all of a sudden realized, and I actually had someone call me out on it, like a peer of sorts, call me out on it and say, you're not actually helping anybody by doing that. And I go, yeah, but they don't deserve my help. They were late and they were disrespectful. So why should I?
Yeah.
And they go, because your need to have purpose and impact is greater than your need to be spiteful. And it wasn't until she said that to me where I went, okay, that's probably fair. And she goes, so is there not something that you could lean on, or something that you have in your strengths that you could pull on that might help you? And anyways, through a lot of work, I realized that the 22% of empathy, which is all I have, by the way, which isn't a ton, but compared to you two, substantial. And it's the only thing I rely on. And so I actually use it now. And it was a game changer for me in my career, because now when Buddy walks in, or they or whoever walks in 20 minutes late to the workshop, instead of thinking that guy's so disrespectful, I immediately think his dog died this morning. Like, just for that one moment, because like I have 3 dogs. I'm like very passionate. I love my dogs. And just for that 1 second, I go like, what if? Like, can you imagine, like, what if something terrible happened to you tonight and that's why you couldn't be on the podcast, or like why the person was late? And here I am going, I'm not making eye contact with you because you were late. Right? Like, it just seems so ridiculous and unnecessary in that moment. And so for me, it was like a tactic to just go, instead of saying in my head, oh, they're so disrespectful, I immediately go, yep, mom died this morning, dad died, dog died, whatever it has to be. Sometimes it has to be extreme because it bothers me so much.
Yeah.
But when you start doing that, once, twice, again, all of a sudden, like even now in my career, it doesn't bother me one bit. Like, I honestly don't even care anymore.
That's interesting.
So you have empathy to get apathy.
Get to apathy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
You have
equation.
to work to be
Fucking genius.
apathetic. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Genius.
Were we ahead of our time, Corbin?
You guys are missing. You actually, you're here.
Yeah.
You have the ability to have true apathy, but in order to get there, you must take the
empathy.
journey to composure through empathy to get to true apathy.
That was a line.
Okay.
I think I'm there because
Tell me.
Because I have done this with driving.
Okay.
So instead of just raging in my vehicle for bad drivers, Corbin, whenever it happens, and I think I said this before on the podcast, whenever it happens, I immediately tell myself that person's about to shit their pants.
Okay.
And they are driving like that because they're literally going to shit their pants and they're trying to get home. So every time that happens, that's what I say.
And that gives you empathy for them because you know what it's like to shit your pants.
I've actually shit my pants in my car.
I know. You've shared it on the podcast.
Yeah. So that's what I do now. And I honestly, I find it helps. I don't get as mad anymore.
This is interesting. This is interesting.
Yeah.
It makes me want to be more empathetic.
Oh my God. This is the greatest night of my life.
But only to get to the
Just
goal
to get to true
of apathy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Which is the goal, everyone.
Yeah, that is the goal.
That is the goal.
But most people don't even realize they're in it. I'll give you one final example, and then I feel like I'm probably talking too much. But my brother, his overextension, he thought was his way of dealing with stress for years. He has a very stressful job, and he would say, "KayLee, I totally manage my stress. I just go to the movies by myself."
Which I love to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, which a lot of people, they go, "Oh, I just go to the movies by myself." And I said, "That's great, but that's not actually you dealing with your stress. That's actually you still in it," because he has very high sociable scores. He's also a very high sociable person. And sociable people, when they get stressed, move to can't be alone, meaning they need to be around other humans, getting energy from other people, but not giving away any. You know, it's like I got nothing left to give, but I want to be in an environment where I'm surrounded by an opportunity to get it from others. It's why people will go work out of coffee shops for the day, or they'll go to the mall. I don't need to buy anything. I'm just going to walk around the mall and hate on people, but not talk to any of them, but we will be around them. And it actually fuels them. Or they will go to the movies by themselves. And they're like, "Look at me dealing with my stress." And I'm going, but you're not actually pulling out of it. Like you're still in it. You know what I mean? So it's almost like you got to pay a higher price to be willing to do some of the work to dig into this stuff a little bit. It's an idea.
Geez, 26 episodes? We've just had shit.
Yeah.
It's shit.
Shit. I know. It's taken us a whole year to find our fucking footing. And all this time, none of them have helped us.
Not one.
God.
No, nobody. 20, what? How many guests we had? 15 maybe?
Yeah.
10, 15?
Yeah, 12, 15?
We haven't said a good goddamn thing until today.
2025 guests are going to be way better.
Yeah, you're going to have a great series coming up, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But you guys are helping people. Like, you know that, right? Like, you know how much you're actually giving back to the community and the people who listen to you. Okay. Well, if I could speak on behalf of your listener group,
Sure.
I can tell you you are absolutely having an effect on other people's stress and other people's overextensions because you're giving them an outlet. You make my drive to the airport, which is often and approximately 46 minutes, as long as I hit the traffic in the right way, which gets me through not quite half of one of your episodes. But it actually makes it enjoyable for me.
Oh, that's good.
Like as a personal
That's
example.
awesome.
That is good.
Yeah.
We do want people to feel like they can listen to us and be like they're here at the table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the table with us.
Sitting at the table, which is the point. Yeah. KayLee, thank you for being honest.
You're welcome. Yeah.
To reward that honesty, we have tough questions.
Tough questions.
Okay.
And we're going to go through them fast because we still got to do our bottom 5. All right. Tough questions, KayLee. Back to back.
Okay.
Corbin, you go first.
What would your autobiography be called?
Make it happen.
Okay.
I don't mind that.
All right.
If you could turn into a single animal at will, what would it be?
An eagle.
Why an eagle?
Because no one's going to fuck with an eagle. And they're protected species.
Because they're a protected species.
Is that not true?
No, it's fine.
just a good
It's
answer.
a good answer, yeah. No.
That was good. All right. What this down? How would you use the items in this room to survive on a deserted island?
Yeah.
This is a really weird
Okay,
room.
that's a hard question.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
this
is-
is one of the most interesting rooms I've ever been in.
Yeah.
The first thing I'm noticing is the 8 versions of Battlestar Galactica, the board game.
It's
That will
so
not be
good.
helpful to me. That will not be helpful to me. Well, I guess I would start by ensuring that I have the ability to eat at least one of you two to survive.
Yeah. Who would you eat first?
It's the most amount
Who'd
of
you
meat.
eat first? Who'd you eat first?
Tanner has probably more meat on him, so we'd have to start with Corbin.
So, no, but I had this question the other day, actually. So let's say there's the 3 of us.
I can make a good argument against that.
There's the 3 of us, right? And
Yeah.
we got to eat someone first.
Okay.
And you're right. Who's going to get the most protein? But you have to kill this person, and they're going to fight you.
That's why I said we'll start with Corbin.
Yeah.
Because you were just a little bit ganglier.
Yeah.
Well, here's the argument for eating me. Okay.
For eating
Are you on board?
You're
I
hear me
like
out.
it.
Hear me out. So, like veal,
I do know veal. Yeah.
Like, do you like veal?
Yeah.
See, so veal, like they don't move. It's just like
Babies?
yeah. I don't work out. Like,
Yeah.
I'm the veal here.
Yeah. But you know
what I mean?
veal is a baby, right?
Yeah, but
veal is
what I'm saying is
Veal is delicious.
it's like I'm not.
It's the innocence.
Like the cows build up their muscle. I'm just kind of like chilling. I'm the veal.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm saying I'm like the more tender meat.
But see, yeah, you're more juicy. You're like the that Japanese meat.
I'm Kobe beef.
Yeah, you're the Kobe beef.
Yeah.
All right, we'll eat Corbin.
Okay.
Agreed.
Yeah.
What do you think you would be? Oh, sorry. I'm gonna start over. Who do you think you would be a good stunt double for?
The lady from the Progressive Car commercial.
Flo?
Yeah, I had a participant tell me that once, and then I looked at her again and I was like, that's kind of not a great
I don't think you look like
compliment.
Flo at all.
Well, that's what the one lady said to me. And then the other one said, someone else said something nicer from Community. What's her name?
Oh, the fun vampire.
Yeah, I had someone once tell me I equated to the fun vampire. That
What's her name?
lady.
Jillian something?
Yeah.
Karen Jillian?
Karen Gillian. That's actually what it is. Good job.
This guy.
Oh, nice.
Good for
Yeah.
you.
I don't know how many stunts they're doing, but
Okay, what's your death row last meal?
currently at this very moment it would be spaghetti.
Just spaghetti, meatballs, or meat sauce,
No,
or just
meat sauce.
Meat sauce.
What
Meat sauce. In finite chunks. I don't know why it has to be so chunky. We don't need so much chunks in the sauce. Like I don't mind the vegetables or the things in
Yeah.
there, but let's get it finely chopped.
Let's ask the more important question. Why were you on death row?
Oh. Definitely for poison.
Okay, poison. Yeah. What
Yeah.
poison would you use? You think?
Rat poison.
Rat poison. Okay.
That was the first poison I could think
Yeah,
of.
yeah.
Do most people think of other poisons right away?
I
don't know.
I think the more
I've never asked that one
the more
before.
artistic poison is nightshade.
Nice.
See, I don't even know what that is.
Use nightshade to it's like a flower.
I thought that would have been a color of paint.
It might be. We could Google it, but that
Is a producer's job.
is we still don't have. It's going to lead us into not a top 5, but
I'm so excited for this, guys. It's the bottom 5 movies of the 2020s.
bottom 5. Here we go.
Okay.
So we're going to go around the room, and we're going to go with our 5th, and we're going to talk about our 5th, and we're going to go our 4th, and then 3rd, and 3rd, and all the way up.
Got it.
All right. Number 5. Are you ready for this?
Yep.
I'll start it off. Number 5. What are you looking at?
The time so I can mark down and edit the zinger in later.
Oh, the zinger.
Oh.
Okay. I'm like, what is he doing? All right.
My job, Corbin.
Number 5.
Number 5.
Venom, Let There Be Carnage. That's the second Venom movie.
Yeah.
With Woody Harrelson in maybe his worst role ever, and Tom Hardy in his worst role ever, and they combine into the worst role fuckery of that movie. And it was goddamn near unwatchable.
I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I have yet to see a Venom movie. Any of
I
them.
have also not seen the Venom movie.
Actually, guys, if you guys get the chance, don't.
So good call if it's on the list then.
Yeah.
So shitty you shouldn't watch it
So
at all.
shitty you should
What
not
year?
watch
What
it at
year
all.
was
Okay.
Venom Carnage?
Oh, geez.
I wrote down the years.
I didn't put the years on here.
Oh, my.
I didn't put the years on here.
Is this first podcast ever? Okay, that's fine. We don't
I
need
have
it.
the years.
We don't
I have
need
my
it.
years.
All right, I'll do my number 5 then. My number 5 is 2020's Doolittle.
Oh, I never watched that one.
Me neither.
Yeah, Robert Downey.
Oh, we got to
as-
clarify that we haven't seen every movie in existence.
Correct.
So-
These are movies we have seen, and I try to keep my top 5 to a more prominent list that most people would know. Like there was a lot of like unknown indie
Weird ones.
movies that
Yeah.
were
Yeah.
terrible, but no, I have seen all these. And
Okay, I did too.
They are more generally audience aware.
Okay.
So number
Tell
5,
us about Doolittle.
it is just. Hey,
Robert Downey
Robert
Jr.
Downey, man, like what a resurgence that guy's had in the last decade.
Yeah.
And just like he is a good actor. Robert Downey Jr. is
For
a
sure.
good actor. He cannot do a French accent for his fucking life. This is very much like the old Doolittle kind of 80s. It's basically his Sherlock Holmes character, but in
The French
but
accent?
French and with animals instead of Watson. And it's a really, really bad movie. The CGI is awful.
Did Guy Ritchie direct it?
No, but I think he wrote like a producer or something. Number 5, KayLee.
Okay.
What's your number 5?
Bad Boys, Ride or Die.
Oh, that's the newest one that just came out this year,
Just
right?
came out.
It's terrible.
Bad, eh?
You guys, it was so bad. The whole time I kept thinking, we're still doing this.
Was it just
hey?
quips? Was it just quips?
Yeah, but it was just, they also look terrible.
They're old.
Yeah, Martin's
Martin's looking rough.
For even Will Smith, I'm like, what happened here? Like, I just
smacked a bitch on stage is what he did.
Yeah, that's part of it. But they were so terrible looking that I just found it distracting because the whole time I went, have they had plastic surgery? Like, what is happening?
Yeah.
It was so distracting. And then the actual storyline was non-existent, completely ridiculous. It was just just trying to recycle anything that they may have from the past.
Have you seen all the previous 3
Yes.
Bad Boys?
Yes.
All right. And would you consider them good films?
No.
Well, enough to
first
get
one.
you to go to the 4th, though.
You know what? How about this? Something else to know about me. My love of layered butter popcorn is enough to last through most of these ridiculously shitty movies that I should not have stayed for.
Let me ask you this: do you use the flavor shakers on the?
No,
popcorn?
I do not.
Okay,
I'm a purist.
I'm a dill pickle guy.
I believe it. Yeah.
I like the dill pickle. What do you do? What do you do?
I'm also a purist.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll eat popcorn.
Shakers on popcorn are for people who need to hide something. Don't trust them.
Yeah, the flavor.
Don't trust them.
Okay, guys. Number 4. We were just talking about indie movies. I got an indie movie, and I talked about it last week.
Yeah.
And it's in the bottom 4, so I'm not going to talk about it a lot. It's the horror movie In a Violent Nature, and it's where it's a horror movie from the perspective of the killer.
Oh,
and
yes,
he's
you were
in the
talking about
woods,
this.
and
Yes.
and 75% of the movie is you're following him walking in the woods. And so I watched it on 3.5 speed because literally you're just watching him walk.
3.5
just walking the
You
whole
just
time.
watched a dude walk through the woods for 2 hours.
Yes. And,
Okay, that
and there was
counts.
like 5 kills in the middle, and it
That's
was
terrible.
awful.
The trailer is literally him
And then he
walking
kept
in the
walking.
woods.
Yeah, that's what he does.
Amazing.
The trailer is just woods and him walking.
It's all it does. It's him. He might pick
Now
up
he
something.
picks up a
and there
thing.
he's walking some more.
Keep walking.
Watch this. More walk. Oh yeah.
Picked up another. He's like a video game
More walking.
character.
That's
I just pick up
the
things
movie
and
right there.
walk.
That's the movie right there. You just follow him.
I wonder how much that guy got paid to do that.
Oh my god, it was so
That's
bad.
amazing. Okay.
Canadian
That's your number 4.
film too,
yeah,
by the way.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
My number 4, 2022's Jurassic World Domination.
Didn't even see it.
Dominion.
Dominion, it autocorrected to Domination. that's why I did the odd
like, wow.
Domination. Jurassic World Dominion.
Dominion. That was a bad
with the
one.
OGs coming back, and it is just an awful fucking movie.
Yeah, the movie was more about those
bad.
grasshoppers than it was about dinosaurs.
It just they're so out of ideas of what to do with these fucking dinosaurs that they're just giant grasshoppers now. Like it's just.
That's
Yeah.
so tragic. I recently just watched the first one again, like the OG
Still stands
Jurassic, and I was like, this movie was amazing.
Still stands
So
up.
good.
It's so
To this
incredible.
day.
Yeah.
The music still gave me goosebumps the first time.
John Williams.
John Williams, man.
Anything
Just-
John Williams.
Yeah.
Oh, John.
Yeah.
Number 4,
Okay.
KayLee.
Yeah, that was a terrible movie.
A Quiet Place Part 2.
Oh, part 2? Really?
Just still fucking quiet. You know what I mean? I don't know what I was
Place Part 2.
hoping for.
Still More
Fucking
quiet.
I don't know what I was hoping for, but I was like anything other than what has already exactly been done in the other movie. Nothing more happened.
So did you see the newest one then? Day 1?
Yes.
And 2's worse than Day 1?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't want to know the
I
continuation
did not
of
like
this
Day
family?
1 either. Day 1
Okay.
could have easily almost
Made this
replaced this one. Yeah, it would have been
And
close.
A Quiet Place was such a good movie. It was in like my
I
top 5.
loved
that
the
movie.
first one.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Yeah.
I was like,
Cillian
what
Murphy's in this
potential? I know who I also, that's why I went,
Yeah.
gentlemen. I was excited. And so I think when it's worse when you have the excitement and then the disappointment.
Yeah.
Like Bad
It
Boys Ride or
stings.
Die, I was like, this is terrible. But I was also just like eating popcorn.
this
So like, I
this
wasn't
popcorn's so good.
expecting anything. But A Quiet Place was a letdown.
Okay,
I was
Quiet
like,
Place Part
that's
2.
4
You're
for
on the
me.
list.
What year was that?
2020.
That's right. Oh,
It counts.
it does count. Number 3.
Number 3.
Which is kind of like the Jurassic Park one.
Yeah.
Meg 2, The Trench.
Yes,
Did
that's
not
right.
watch that. Did you watch that?
My kid is in love with shark movies. Like, I love Jaws.
Yes, I
So I
know,
like shark
I know.
movies. So I kind of
Yes.
attracted to it.
Okay.
And I read the first book, and I didn't mind the first Meg movie.
Yeah.
And my son loves the first Meg movie, so we had to go to the second one.
Okay.
And the second one is the sharks aren't even in it for like 90. Like, you know, that one's about grasshoppers.
Yeah.
This one is about them being down in in a
base.
in a base in the
Yeah.
bottom of the ocean for 85%
Yeah.
of the movie, and has nothing to do with the sharks.
It's a worse Deep Blue Sea somehow.
Yes.
Than Deep Blue Sea.
yeah,
It's terrible.
It's a terrible movie. Everything about it sucks.
Love
Okay.
it. Okay, my 3. They get bad from here on in.
Yeah,
Is this,
mine
your,
too.
is this your,
my number 3.
Your number 3?
2024's Borderlands.
Oh, you watched that?
I didn't even watch
Absolute
it.
Fucking garbage of a movie. And I'm a Borderlands video game fan.
And Jamie Lee Curtis is in it. It's such a shame.
And it is the most absurd, ridiculous casting. Like, if you know anything about these characters in the video game, it is I don't know how. I don't know who casted the act. I assume they just asked a homeless guy in New York to point out actors on a screen.
She went from an Oscar-winning role to Borderlands.
To Borderlands as Tannis.
Tragic.
Anyway, everyone was.
What's it
poorly-
about?
It's the
border.
They're treasure hunters, and they're and it's very over the top, like slapstick, silly comedy and shooty. And you're treasure hunters on a planet, and you're trying to unlock these vaults, which hold the keys of crazy cool weapons and money.
So it sounds like they could have had a movie there, but it didn't work out.
Oh, no! Like the game series is great, and it has some of the best writing in a game series. Is actually really, really well done. The movie was fucking awful to watch, and it looked terrible. Borderlands number 3, KayLee.
Okay, here's what I want to caveat of my top 3. 2 of my top 3, almost all 3, I did walk out of the movie theater.
Ooh,
Holy
walkouts.
shit.
Took my
I
popcorn.
don't do that.
Wrinkle, wrinkle, wrinkle. Neither do I.
Wow.
That's how bad they were.
Walkouts,
And then
okay.
a walkout. So that's why I felt like these were justified.
Wow.
So starting with number 3, Black Adam.
Wow, yeah, that was a bad movie.
Yeah.
That was terrible.
Yeah, that
What
was
even
a-
was that, you guys? What is happening? That was just
That was
ridiculous.
that was The Rock exerting his creative
That was
control
all The Rock
to
doing
make
his own
to
thing.
Going,
make
"I'll
what
decide."
he
Yeah.
I'll decide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's got bad decisions.
I want this, and I'm making
Backfired.
this.
Yeah.
And he didn't even make the character. He claims he knows everything about Black Adam, but he didn't even make the character right. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
like everything about
Terrible.
it sucked. That was a bad movie.
Yeah, agree.
With
But good-
bad,
but good line.
Bad villain, bad supporting cast. Dr. Fate was kind of
Yes.
cool, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Number 2.
Number 2.
Okay, I'm excited.
You Keanu fans aren't going to like this.
Okay.
Bill and Ted Face the Music.
I didn't watch it because I didn't want to wreck it.
Also did not watch it.
I didn't want to
Ted.
wreck it.
Yeah.
Taint the original.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? It would do that. Bill and Ted Face the Music. So this is one of those things where, you know, Keanu being Keanu just doesn't work because
Yeah.
he's
In that
not
moment.
he's not Bill.
No, because he's
And-
an assassin. He's not Bill anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was just hey, let's put ideas in a movie and try to hit nostalgia as much as we could.
Yeah.
and it was just a fail.
Terrible.
And
Yeah.
just yeah.
I wouldn't want, it would wreck it. Speaking of wrecking things you love, number 2, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
Wow,
2023.
really?
Man,
It wasn't great,
it was awful.
but awful.
Awful. Just let poor Harrison Ford die and stop making these.
Was it
fucking
worse
Still
than the-
shirtless though. Hey, did he not have a shirtless scene?
Yeah, he had like a
Harrison
ripped
in
shirt.
there.
Like, you get a little bit of nipple in there.
Was
Still
it
doing it.
Was it worse than Crystal Skull?
Yes.
Crystal Skull
Really?
was bad.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think it was worse than Crystal Skull.
Go rewatch Crystal Skull and then watch this one again.
So funny story. I did a tweet like 3 years ago when I heard that Dial of Destiny was coming out.
Yeah.
And the tweet was my ranking of Indiana Jones films, and I said Last Crusade,
Yeah.
Raiders,
Yeah.
Dial of Destiny,
Yeah.
Temple of Doom, Crystal Skull. And then I saw the movie, and I'm like, I stand by that. Like
Wow.
3 years later, I'm like,
No.
I stand by this tweet.
No.
Well,
Agree to disagree.
But I don't like Temple, and I don't like Skull. I think they're all bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna try and do the accent for this one.
All right.
Okay. I like as much in the so just like the most terrible movie. Okay, here it is. Number 2, The Baykeeper.
The bee.
the Baykeeper.
The Baykeeper. Am I doing it?
Yeah,
I have
no,
to
it's-
hold
yeah.
my hand like this.
Yeah, I was
don't
gonna say, I know
why
what you're
I'm
doing with
holding
your
my
hand, but
The Baykeeper. I don't know why I'm doing it like that. This movie was so bad.
Yeah.
Have you seen this?
It's a weird world they were trying to build in The Beekeeper.
He's actually keeping bees, though.
He's
This
actually-
whole thing is stupid. Like, couldn't have been an analogy for something.
A lot of Jason Statham movies in this
Yeah.
list.
Yeah,
No
the other piece
metaphors.
of this that came out of like the bricklayer and the beekeeper, like the cement mixer. Like, what is this ridiculous?
Every Jason Statham movie just has the same beats.
It is
It's
so
just the
dumb,
same
was
beats.
so
It's
bad.
people keep going to him.
It's not good.
Beekeeper. Terrible.
Beekeeper. Am I saying it right?
Yeah. I'm a beekeeper.
Are we on number before?
This is the
Number
number
one.
ones for everyone of the worst
No
movies of the
similarities
decade
yet.
so far. Yeah, none of us have
Except
the same movie.
I got an honorable mention,
Sure you do.
and I haven't seen it
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, hit me with it.
because I know it's so bad, I don't want to see it.
Okay.
And that's Joker Part 2.
Oh,
Yes.
I feel the same way.
Yeah. I avoid the
I'm like, this is
What's
going to
the
be the
point?
worst movie of the year. I know it would be number one if I watched it,
Yeah.
but it's not because I haven't watched it, so it's just an honorable mention.
That's a really good call out, I think. Okay.
So that's that. But
Okay.
number one.
Number one.
number one.
Resident Evil, Welcome to Raccoon City.
Yeah.
Now they took. I'm a big Resident Evil video game guy, and I'm like, oh, fine, they're redoing because those other Resident Evil movies just went off the rails.
Here's Resident Evil and Resident Evil 2 coming together in a movie that's going to be awesome with all the main characters we want to see. And
They jammed the first two games into one thing.
Yeah.
But it had like no editing.
The
and no
opposite of
flow.
Wicked.
It was, it was so bad. It was like they just try to jam as much of the shit
Yes.
they could in the one movie.
It was all member
It was
berries.
so incoherent.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a good movie.
No.
I remember I sat there and I turned the movie off after it was over, and I looked at my wife and I went, "I'm sorry. I'm sorry for that. That I shouldn't have done that to you.
Please don't leave me.
I'm so sorry." Welcome to Raccoon City, number one.
Ooh, my number one is 2021's The Matrix Resurrections.
Oh, you know what? That was in the top 10. Or
That's
bottom
a good
10.
point.
That is-
yeah, that would be in my top 10 too.
Not only is it a terrible movie in and of itself,
Yeah.
what a way to shit on what has come before you
Yeah.
in just such a slapstick, stupid way. If you ever want an example of a filmmaker just shooting themselves in the fucking foot, that is that movie. Go and enjoy it.
Everything that was
Terrible.
successful
Terrible.
about the other three movies, they didn't do in this
No.
movie. So
Yeah.
you wanted cool fighting styles?
Not only
None of
that,
it.
they
None of it.
actively shit on it.
Yeah.
From what they did before.
Yeah.
No, done.
The way they brought Neo back and they brought her back, it was like they were just throwing shit at a wall again.
you all along.
It was.
No.
You know what? I
Yeah.
totally agree with. That's a good call.
you.
Number
It's a
one.
Really good
Thank you.
one.
Okay, hit us with it.
Number one. Here we go.
Number one. Aquaman 2.
You're so right. I forgot about Aquaman too.
How
I
is
did
this
too.
not on
I
either
did
of your
too.
lists?
I honestly forgot about it too.
I can't believe I didn't
This
think
is
of
the worst
Aquaman 2.
movie I might have ever seen in my life, and I only watched, literally, I checked the first 16 minutes. We walked out of that theater at the 16-minute mark, and I said to my husband, we need to have a drink because I'm so pissed at myself for even trying to walk into
And
the
this
theater
is
for
prime
that.
Amber Heard shitting on a pillow time too.
Where
This
you're
is
like,
right
what's
in the
going to
middle of it.
happen? 16 minutes. I was vibrating. I was so angry about what was going on.
Do you remember
and not
what the
going
point
on.
was that you're like, this is it, I'm out.
The no point. How about this one? There's only one scene with her in it in the first 16 minutes, but because it's all edited, they actually pass each other in the room, but they didn't actually in real life. You could tell it was just CGI in the hallway of them walking by another. And I looked at Ryan and I just looked at him and he was like, yep. And we just got up and we went to the bar. And I was like, that was the worst fucking 16 minutes I've ever experienced in the movie theater, hands down.
I
cannot believe it's not on your top 5.
yeah,
You know what?
I'll-
I got to look back at my lists because
Yeah.
I might add
I keep
that.
top 10 or I document every movie I watch every year and I rank it
That sounds right.
and I it must be in my bottom 5 somewhere. I can't believe I didn't see that.
yeah, it has to.
Yeah, that was one of the
Terrible.
worst movies I've seen.
Are we
going
going to say Aquaman 2 is the winner?
Yeah, you know
It was worse than the Resurrections. Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Resident Evil's really bad. Though.
Resident Evil's really bad. They're all awful.
Yeah,
But
you've seen Aquaman 2?
probably 30 minutes on the back end.
Okay.
Yeah, the
last 30
the last 30 minutes are that whole movie is
Yeah.
terrible. Yeah, just a bunch of hot
Bottom
garbage.
5, KayLee, part of the bottom 5.
Thank you. Yeah.
Just, you know what?
What?
I always thank our guests for being here, and it was nice to have them. I always lie,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But I feel like we genuinely got something out of this one.
I feel
Oh.
like I'm smarter on the other side.
Yeah, I feel like
Wow.
we took something out of this.
Yeah,
instead of just giving.
Yeah, instead of
Fucking
giving
something always to these guests.
we received something today.
We were bequeathed.
That's incredibly
Things.
kind. Incredibly kind. Me as well.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
still like the smartest person I think I've ever talked to, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
That's not true.
That's crazy.
I mean, I talked to Tom Jackson.
you talked to
You
Tom
did, though.
Jackson.
Yeah.
So that is
Yeah.
a hard.
So it's a
yeah,
tie. It's
that's
a hard
awful.
fight. It's not your fault.
Oh my gosh.
KayLee, where can people find you?
Yeah, where
out
can
in
they
the
find
world?
you?
Yeah, I think they should just find me via Radical Apathy
Yeah, I like it.
podcast,
Yeah.
you know,
Okay,
on the
let's do
YouTube
that.
channel, on
Yeah.
the Facebook page,
Yeah.
Twitter.
She's in there.
Definitely reach
She's in the
out.
comments, you guys. If you want to talk to KayLee, just get in the comments and be like, KayLee, where are you? And she'll talk to you. She listens to everyone.
I really do.
Yeah.
Listen to everyone.
Get in there.
Yes.
To do that, Corbin, where can they find us?
Well, yeah, again, I keep saying this every week. You're already listening. You know where to find us.
It's part of the shtick to say.
All right.
anything.
Here on YouTube, we're on Spotify, we're on Apple Podcasts. You can find us at Radical Apathy on Facebook. You can find us at Apathy Podcast on Twitter and all that jazz.
Are we going to move over to that new one?
What's the new one?
The new Twitter?
Blue Note or whatever?
Yeah, everyone's on Blue Nose or something.
You know what? No. I'll say why.
Okay.
Because Threads was a hot thing for 6
Yes.
seconds.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, fuck you, Elon, I'm going to Threads. And like 8 people went to Threads.
Yeah. Okay.
And Threads, and I'll tell you what Threads is, because I was like, yeah, fuck you, Elon, I'm going to Threads too. And so I went to Threads, and all it is like clickbait posts. So they just post, hey, they just post questions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to give you five things really quickly. We got time. You guys got
You
no
asked.
just-
I did.
You asked.
I apologize, everyone. This is on me.
Yeah, this is on you. Okay? All right. I'll only read small ones. What's the greatest one-hit wonder of all time? That's their post. They want people to click on
click
it.
it, yeah.
Yeah. They're like, where's another one? Oh, that's a Blue Jays thing. Hold on, time out. Okay, this one's actually important. Oh, okay. Anything really good on Apple TV while I have these 87 free days left? Like, fuck off. Fuck off.
Okay, well, baby steps.
Yeah, and that's where you can find us, everybody.
Yeah.
And we're not on Threads, so don't worry
Not
about
on Threads. We're not going there.
it. Yeah,
On
a
Instagram.
lot of fun. Thank you for sharing, KayLee. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thanks for
Thank
being
you.
here. This
Thank
was
you for
awesome.
having me.
yeah.
I really do feel honored.
I hope you
Thank
liked.
you.
Did it live up to everything you were hoping that it
In
would
your
be?
mind when you're driving to your airports in your car.
Yeah,
And more.
and more.
Oh.
Aw.
All right, everybody, that's where we're going to be. We're going to be back in a fortnight's time.
Fortnight's time.
We got one more at the end of the year. We look forward to seeing you. Bye. Goodbye, Corbin.
Keep it tight.
Love you. Bye.